customers are like family to us. I see them every week grocery shopping for their families. I didn't realize that when I became a pharmacist, it would allow me to give so much back to my community. You can get expert care right here in your Harris Teeter.
Earn up to $15 off groceries when you get your flu and other vaccinations at your local Harris Teeter.
I'm getting vaccinated with Pfizer's pneumococcal pneumonia vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
Come on. I already got a pneumonia vaccine, but I'm asking about the added protection of Prevnar 20.
If you're 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 20 is approved in adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most common side effects were pain and swelling at the injection site, muscle pain, fatigue, headache, and joint pain.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
I don't want to risk ending up in the hospital with pneumococcal pneumonia.
That's why I chose Prevnar 20.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist about the Pfizer vaccine for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Our firm is a family firm. John, my boys, and so many lawyers who have been our partners for so many years. We know that an accident or an injury can have terrible consequences for your family. We don't take your representation for granted, and every day we will work hard to never break that trust.
It is the only place that I would ever suggest anybody go.
It makes you feel like you're worth something.
You're not just a number.
I felt like that. Thank God that I went to Morgan & Morgan.
Our family helping yours.
Life, it's full of moments, from first steps to first loves, moments that make life special. Now, life can also bring us difficult and disruptive moments like a cancer diagnosis, which is why the groundbreaking work of Stand Up to Cancer is so vital. They know the problem of cancer won't be solved by one doctor, one lab, or one hospital. That's why Stand Up to Cancer brings together top minds from different fields to find new and better treatments so patients can thrive. So when it matters, we can all show up for moments of a lifetime. Please join Stand Up to Cancer and Myrtle Beach to help families get back to where they belong, making new memories for years to come. Please go to standuptocancer.org to see how you can join the mission.
When it comes to breaking news, information impacting your family, and exclusive content, News 4 is the Lowcountry's #1 source on social media.
News 4 knows sometimes you get your news first from here. That's why it's important to follow News 4 on social media. Download the News 4 app and sign up for our text alerts.
Plus, get our certified most accurate forecast in the palm of your hand with our Storm Tracker 4 weather app.
Providing content from anywhere. Trust News 4 is working for you.
Dive in to the heartbeat of the Lowcountry with Aaron Kenzel and Tom Crawford as they dish out the hottest trends, coolest events, and trending topics.
Thirsty Thursday
Dollar
tonight.
beer. Don't miss the fun. Lowcountry Live, weekdays at 10, only on News 4.
Your current time and temperature, sponsored by Shelley Leak Law Firm. Welcome to Season 15. This is Night Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet on My TV Charleston.
It's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Low Country High School football fans, we got a treat for you tonight. We welcome you into the cathedral that is Johnson Haygood Stadium. Fieldside, I'm Jack DeLongchamp with the legend Everett German, the host school Oceanside playing Powerhouse 5A Ashley Ridge. E, how we feeling?
Yeah, feeling good tonight. You know, we're in a big-time stadium. 2 big-time programs will be on display. Really looking forward to this offensive shootout, which is what we think will happen between the Swamp Foxes and the Land Sharks.
Home of the Citadel Bulldogs, and I'm telling you right now, these college coaches, they're going to have some eyes on some studs tonight. First, for Ashley Ridge, the guy that's carrying the rock right now, Jaden Acosta, has been insanely good with the football in his hands.
Yeah, he is used to carrying the football many of times. He's the leading rusher for Ashley Ridge. Make no bones about it. They can throw it if they need to, but they prefer to run it, and when they do, they want to make sure that Jaden Acosta is the guy carrying the ball.
Acosta averaging 147 rushing yards per game, and on the flip side for Oceanside, a team that won its first ever state championship just a year ago, on the back of a freshman quarterback, Aiden Manavian, already holding 2 Division I offers. Excited to see number 10 play tonight.
Yeah, it's safe to say he has to have a big night tonight. He is accustomed to winning. He led his team, as you mentioned, to a state title, so this offensive unit, it goes as he goes. He's been there, done that. Let's see what he can do tonight against the big boys of Ashley Ridge.
Offensive juggernauts on the gridiron. A storm is brewing in the Low Country. It's brewing down here on the field as well. Right after this short break, we've got a 5A and 3A, maybe game of the state. Come on, it's Oceanside. It's Ashley Ridge. Knights Companies, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Friday Night Rivals. Where else would you rather be?
These are the people of South Carolina. These are our neighbors. And when one of our neighbors needs help, we want to be there for them. A lot of people don't know what to do after a car wreck. That's what we're here for. Call us. We're those thumbs up guys.
At Knights Companies, we're not just in the business of concrete. We're in the business of building relationships. For over 3 generations, our family has proudly served our communities. Join us at Knights Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build. Knights Companies, excellence in concrete, built on family values.
No-cost tuition is available for 100-plus programs at Trident Technical College. Learn from industry experts and get hands-on experience in labs and clinicals. In-person and online courses are available to suit your schedule and learning style. Get the skills employers are looking for with no student debt. Don't miss out on this opportunity. To take advantage of no-cost tuition, visit us at tridenttech.edu and enroll today.
Delta Force Athletics is the home of Delta Force All-Stars, Charleston's premier cheerleading and tumbling center. Our 10,000 square foot facility allows your child to discover their athletic ability, regardless of skill level. Now enrolling for after-school programs and recreational tumbling. Join us for half-year tryouts, Sunday, October 27th. Visit our website to sign up today. Delta Force Athletics. Don't miss your chance to join the Force.
I've been working with Jason Noble for 8 years. As a result, I was able to retire early. I've referred him to several friends and family. I trust him tremendously.
Call today to get a clearer picture of your financial future.
Knights Companies, Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. It's Oceanside, it's Ashley Ridge. And hey, let's jump right into tonight's Cruz Chevrolet's keys to the game.
Yeah, like we said, an explosive offensive shootout is what we're expecting. Starting out first with Ashley Ridge. Ground and pound the football. We talked about it in the overall. Do what you do best and dominate the trenches. We'll talk about a lot tonight. Ashley Ridge, massive up front offensive line and defensive lines. They got to control the trenches. For Oceanside, shorten the game. You have to possess the ball. You can't have a bunch of 3 and outs. You want to keep that ball away from Ashley Ridge, and then again, more importantly, stop the run. Last week, Jack, in that loss to Savannah Christian, they gave up 339 yards on the ground. They cannot have a repeat performance tonight. Those keys are brought to you by Cruz Chevrolet, where not only do you have a friend in the car business, you got a friend in sponsoring high school football.
Come on, where else would you rather be? This is Nate Sturm, the receiver, DB, and kicker. Toe meets leather, and we are underway. A booming touchback.
Kickoff sails into the end zone for a touchback.
At the Oceanside 25. Jump in tonight's Sunbelt Rentals starting lineups for Ashley Ridge. That offensive line is going to be a talking point all night long. 4 dudes over 300 plus. It starts on that left side with Bryce Lohan, Cody Peterson. We mentioned once a quarterback in Trevor Kalish. But that O-line, man, is super impressive.
Tell you what, we're playing here at Johnson-Haygood Stadium at the Citadel. It wouldn't be surprising if the Asheville Ridge offensive line could probably match up with the Citadels just in terms of how big they are up front.
James joining the backfield with Acosta, but he's going to kick out wide to Neve Paku. Big hit on the outside. Are you kidding me? What a big-time hit by number 21, Michael Strickler. And we're going to talk a little bit about Oceanside defense. For them up front, Sawyer Arnold, Michael Jones-Jackson Bean, who all play on both sides of the football. That secondary is really talented. Grayson Freeling, we just mentioned Michael Strickler. That safety position is a group that really John Patterson and company are excited about. Acosta is going to kick one out to the outside, good enough for a big-time first down as Acosta, as you can see, strong lower half running away from that secondary.
What we've seen on the first two plays is Asheville Ridge intends to use all of the field. They're going to make them chase sideline to sideline, hopefully wear out that Oceanside defense.
Talked about a little bit in the open. Jaden Acosta, just a year ago, averaged 87 yards on the ground, 14 touchdowns this year, about 141 on the ground. As you see the patience, good enough for about a 7-yard gain, but man, Oceanside is laying the boom right now. That was Grayson Freeling, the senior, with a big-time hit.
And Caleb Gilchrist as well in on the stop for the Land Sharks. Yeah, they feel like maybe a little chip on their shoulder. 3A school, Oceanside just moved up, going up against 5A. They want to let these guys know, hey, we are here to play as well.
I think Asheville Ridge loves their offensive line. Another carry. This time it's Acosta for about a gain of 4. It's going to be 3rd and short. They're going to run behind big number 77, Cody Peterson, really talented left guard that's already garnishing a whole lot of college interest.
And Acosta is accustomed to carrying the ball 20 times a game on average. He's already has 61 carries coming into tonight's game. They've only played 3 games.
How about this cut back to the inside, tripped up, maybe a touchdown-saving tackle by Grayson Freeling. But man, oh man, Jaden Acosta, pick up about 27.
Yeah, good thing Gilchrist was there, because had he not, it definitely would have been a touchdown for Acosta. We talked about it. Oceanside had to stop the run, ground and pound for Asheville Ridge. So far, advantage Swamp Foxes.
It's Bryce Law on the left tackle on the outside. We saw him in our Sun Belt starting lineups. 6'7", 330. Yeah. Pretty much playing every level. This time Acosta's got nowhere to go. Oceanside brings the house.
Yeah, 6'7", that's a big boy. Yeah, make no bones about it. You know, you and I talked about it off the air, Jack. This is perfect weather for big guys like this. A heavy breeze, nice cool night, a great night for high school football in the Low Country.
There's Henry Warren on the spot, playing outside linebacker, that bandit position. As Kalish is going to go to the air for the first time. Great ball, better hit from Grayson Freeling. Thought that ball was jarred loose, but great attention as Caleb Sherrill comes down with the tight end, just a sophomore.
Tell you what, you talk about an impressive open drive. They are on script, running the football, passing the football. Right now, Asheville Ridge can do no wrong. They're doing any and everything they want to do as they're now in the Rapid Repairs red zone.
Acosta got nowhere to go. Nice play by Sawyer Arnold on the outside. He was also met by Max Mormon. We mentioned at Rapid Repairs, red zone. If your home needs repairs, call Rapid Repairs. That happened in the blink of an eye. 2 minutes off the clock. Very disciplined balance so far from the Swamp Foxes.
This is an Asheville Ridge team that over the last 2 games only averaging 49 points a game. They are in sync. Very impressed with what I've seen from them thus far.
Broken tackle in the backfield. See the patience of Acosta as he falls forward for about a gain of 4. Set up about 3rd and 5 is, again, bend, don't break if you're Oceanside, but bringing a little bit more pressure here in the back end of this drive.
Well, everything has worked for them so far. Pretty soon, I'm sure we'll see an adjustment with maybe Oceanside bringing more guys down in the box to try to stop Acosta and force them to pass. But right now, it hadn't really mattered. Running, throwing, Asheville Ridge able to do both.
Kalish and Acosta in the backfield. 4 wide receivers out wide. Kalish looking to pass. He's got his man. It's 15. It's the young sophomore, Jagger Spivey, with a striding technical college touchdown. Born athlete. We've seen him on the diamond, out on the gridiron. And he's got our first touchdown of the night.
Yeah, that's his 12th. He came in with 119 yards. First time they targeted him today, and all he did was get it into the end zone. Touchdown, Swamp Foxes.
Head coach Jeff Tate got to be super ecstatic with the way that first drive went. A little bit of trickery and maybe a little bit of eye candy as they wide up wide. Now they'll look to kick. Zion Spivey, their captain, will be doing the kicking tonight as the PAT is up. It's good, and it's a 7-0 for the Swamp Foxes. Drive.
In the great words of Dick Vitale, that was awesome, baby, with a capital A, as Ashley Ridge and their offense on A, doing whatever they wanted to do. Run it, throw it, it didn't matter. Swamp Foxes down the field. Swamp Foxes in the end zone. They strike first.
Hey, Jagger Spivey, just a sophomore. Head coach Jeff Tate spent 18 seasons at Wren High School. He told me his kid's IQ of the game is next level.
Well, that helps when you have a kid that knows the game, knows in terms of defenses and getting your offense in the right unit. And it's all about being in sync. And it seems like right now, over the last 3 games, you look back, Ashley Ridge, they defeated Cane Bay 42-29. They beat Wando last week 56-17, and they have not missed a beat. It's got to be fun when you're an offensive coordinator or a head coach when you have that type of synergy with your quarterback that you know no matter what you dial up, it has a chance to be successful.
Oh, this is an offense that lost not just one of the premier players in the state, but really in the country, and Derek Sally a year ago. Top 50 all-time, 180 receiving yards per game, 27 touchdowns, taking his talents to the next level. Big conversation if Trevor Kalish and company would be able to keep up that level of productivity. Averaging 49 points per game will get it done as we got a little bit of a muffed return. Oceanside will fall at around the 24-yard line, and a little bit of a sloppy start for Oceanside, but a whole lot of football game in front of them as we see how they'll line up offensively from left to right up front. Michael Jones, Craig Costello, Charles Bean, J.B. Crady, Carson Lee. But it's really the weapons of OCI that we have our eyes on as we talk about when they distribute the rock tonight.
Yeah, they're going to have to score points tonight. And honestly, with what we just saw, you may not want to score too soon. You want to take some time off this clock, allow your defense a chance to regroup, make some adjustments. Let's see if the Oceanside offense can respond to that opening drive.
When you watch Monavian, they've played a really difficult schedule to this point, the season going and challenging themselves, not only just in the state, but the state of Georgia as well. But for Monavian, a guy that wins the state championship as a freshman, 6 foot, 195 pounds, it looks like they're going to check in Max Mormon. Not sure if they're calling a legal substitution or they're not going to allow him to jump back in. There's some confusion on the sideline. But for Monavian, there's a lot of expectations. How does he kind of carry that pressure into his sophomore campaign?
Well, when you, as you mentioned, lead your team to a state title as a freshman, yeah, everyone's going to expect it to happen that easy again. Of course, they lost players and a whole new team. So for him, it's just do what you do. Don't try to do more than you normally do. Just be the leader of this offense. Everything else will fall in place.
It's a 2-yard pickup from James O'Connor, the sophomore running back, 6 foot, 195 pounds. Just a sophomore. He's built like a sophomore in college. And you mentioned Monavian, who didn't start the season last year at the varsity level. He actually started at safety for the JV team. Yet by playoff time, their starting quarterback, Edward Ryanback, who's such a leader for this team, they go back to the page. O'Connor for about a pickup of 3, making it 3rd and 3. Come playoff time, the kid's pocket presence and maturity handled himself like he had been doing it for centuries.
Well, he was thrown into it because Rodbach got hurt late in the season. So it's one thing if you've been playing quarterback all year long, but as you mentioned, not only do you get called up, but you play a whole different side of the football. You have to be impressed with him.
3rd and short, big time as Monavian's going to go to the air. He's looking for number 7 on the outside, Titus Gilliam, out off the outreached hands, and he'll force 4th down as interim head coach John Patterson. It looks like he's going to have a decision to make as the offense is actually going to stay on the field. A little aggressive, won't you say?
I would say, you're deep in your territory. You know, you're at the 34-yard line, or maybe this is just a hope to maybe try to draw them off sides or get a little trickery here.
Well, it's Monavian and his center, Charlie Bean, the senior. They're all by themselves, and here comes rushing onto the field at the last second. The special teams unit is Nate Sturm, who does the kicking and the punting, will fire away with no returner for Ashley Ridge. They bring a casino house. This ball's going to fly. It appears out of bounds. Nice advantageous roll for the Land Sharks as Ashley Ridge will take over at around the 36. It's a 7-0 lead. Clinical from Ashley Ridge as we take our first commercial break. It's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet.
You've got a friend in the car business.
And you can have no payments till 2025. New Chevys and used cars too. Now at Cruise Chevy on Rivers, no payment till 2025 with approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at cruisechevrolet.com.
Ever wonder what it's like to work at Knight's Companies? It's more than just a job, it's family. Here, you're not just another employee, you're a valued member of a team dedicated to excellence and innovation in concrete construction. We're united by our passion for building the future together. Join us at Knight's Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build.
You've got a friend in the car business.
No payment till 2025 at Cruise Chevy on Rivers. Choose your new Chevy or certified pre-owned and have no payment till next year with approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at cruisechevrolet.com.
The light shining bright on this beautiful Friday night. A quick 7-0 lead for the visitors. Ashley Ridge over the home squad, Oceanside. But we're in a beautiful college venue, so we got to get field side with a third member of our crew, Trooper Bob. What you got for us, Trooper?
Hey, I'm down here on the sidelines with Sean Blaylock with Purpose Driven Athletics. Thanks for being out here tonight. Tell us more about Purpose Driven Athletics.
Yeah, Purpose Driven Athletics is dedicated to educating families and student athletes on the recruiting process through a holistic approach that helps them gain exposure to college coaches and help them find the right college fit, not only athletically but academically as well.
Well, that's a big point about it. It's not just you're not just getting them ready physically, but getting them ready in the classroom.
Yes, sir, definitely. And it's real competitive, and we want to make sure that they're prepared for the process and prepared for life after sports as well, so that they know what career that they want to go into, how they want to use sports as a platform to achieve great things in life.
How can people get in touch with you?
Easy, you can follow us on Instagram at purpose_driven athletics, or you can go to our website at purposedrivenathletics.com and connect with us there.
Sean, thank you very much. Enjoy the game. Keep up the good work. I'll send it back to you guys upstairs.
Kalish drops back to pass, about 15-yard pickup, and he finds his man Jagger Spivey for another first down, brought to you by Mr. Sparky. But, hey, love the interview. Trooper Bob did a great job with Sean Blaylock, who, again, with Purpose-Driven Athletics. Go give them a follow. They're changing lives in the community. So glad to have them on board with our Friday Night Rivals crew.
Yeah, speaking of purposely driven, as Ashley Ridge offense looks like they're purposely driving down the field. Oceanside's going to have to come up with a big play defensively.
Nice little pump fake, a little hitch and go. Are you kidding me? What a big-time play by Bam DeWeese. I mean, some call it a hospital ball. He just said, meet you up across the middle of the field. Not only does he come down with it, but to break and tackle, pick up about 7 more. Big-time play from the speedster on the outside.
Yeah, Max Mormon on the stop, and that's why in terms of defense, you got to wrap up. You can't always try to lower the boom and come up with the big hit. You have to stay fundamental. Because they didn't, that allowed Ashley Ridge to come up with yards after catch.
Bam, who you can see a little shaken up after that big hit in the secondary by Michael Strickler. It appears this play's actually coming back as we just missed it. So our officiating crew is signifying that. Looks like I missed it. Did you get it?
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Okay. So they'll replay the down. It should be 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage as well, if I'm not mistaken. I totally missed it. I was still making sure that the health of Bam DeWeese, a young stud who just a year ago averaged 113 yards per game.
Actually, I think, Jack, it was a dead ball penalty after the play.
Okay.
So it's 15 yards from the spot of the foul, so they'll just back it up. But it's still a first down for Ashley Ridge.
So yards after contact will be removed, essentially, as Kalish and Acosta will take on at the 39. Oceanside showing a little bit of blitz. Acosta, nowhere to go. Look at that secondary. Kale Grillcrest meets you in the A-gap. Nice hit, as was Max Mormon in the backfield as well.
Yeah, good job by Oceanside coming with the blitz, trying to disturb this Ashley Ridge offense, trying to get them off schedule, trying to just anything right now. It seems like the Swamp Fox is very comfortable in their approach, so a good call by Oceanside.
There's Jackson Bean, the nose tackle as well, just a sophomore, meeting hat on hat as well. Kalish will drop back the pass. It's going to be a little screen on the outside. Good to see Bam DeWeese back on the field, but this play nowhere to go as all of a sudden Oceanside ramping up the defensive intensity.
Yeah, 1-on-5 never works out well. Good stop that time by Jackson Bean. They had it set up perfectly, but those offensive linemen got down. They released a little too soon. Good job by the defensive front of Oceanside.
Bean, you see, 5'9", 220, just a sophomore. I can't teach that size at that age, but great instincts on the screen to not chase out to the quarterback and force a 3rd and long. Kalish will drop back to pass. He's looking for his man. Look at the timing. Bam DeWeese on the outside. Pristine.
I mean, give this young man credit. He knew where he had to get, went by the stick, came back. A lot of times you'll see young guys, they'll run their route, but not deep enough. So when they come back, they lose 2 or 3 yards. No, not him. This young man knew exactly where he needed to go, went past that, came back, 1st down, Ashley Ridge.
Kalish looking back to the outside, but he jumps it. Nothing but green pasture in front of him. It's Nate Stern. He's got Kalish a man to beat, and just like that, Oceanside back in this ball game. Pick 6 to the crib.
The sharp defense was chomping at the bit. They can't play. I just said they got to make something happen. They got to force a turnover, and on cue, Oceanside comes up. Little miscommunication job by Oceanside. Like you said, Nate Sturm there in the right place at the right time. House call just like that. Land Sharks back in it.
Kalish almost chased him down, but Nate Sturm, who interim coach John Patterson told us, he goes, he can play some corner, he can play some receiver, he can do some kicking, he can do some punting, and he might even have like a dance set up at halftime. This guy does everything for us, and a pick 6, exactly what they need to get him back in the game.
Yeah, it looked like Ashley Ridge driving for another touchdown, and give credit to that Oceanside defense. Bend but don't break. Came up with the big play. And we got a ball game all of a sudden.
Takes it to the crib, ties it up with a PAT off of the boot of his foot. We take another look at it. Kalish was just locked in on DeWeese. Heady play.
Local news working for you. Weeknights on News 4.
I was driving to work. There was a car driving so fast, and he hit me. I called the office, and I was so impressed they signed me up at the same day. They made me feel secure. Everything was amazing. Please call the Thumbs Up guys.
We're those Thumbs Up guys.
Welcome to Purpose-Driven Athletics. We are dedicated to mentoring student athletes, helping them reach their athletic capabilities and academic goals. Our personalized approach improves your chances of getting into the college you want. Don't wait. Join Purpose-Driven Athletics today. We will give you the mentorship and coaching you deserve. Learn more about us online at purposedrivenathletics.com. Let us help you reach your goals. Your future starts now with Purpose-Driven Athletics.
I've been working with Jason Noble since he was referred by a friend. He's helped me so much on my retirement journey that now I have no financial worries at all.
Call today to get a clearer picture of your financial future.
We told you those lights are shining bright here at Johnson Haygood Stadium, the home of the Citadel Bulldogs. We welcome you into the cathedral. Looks like a castle. But Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet, the perfect venue for a big-time matchup.
And a perfect venue, castle, for Knights Company. I mean, it just kind of falls in our lap. I got to give that 2 thumbs up, Jack, because if there ever were a picture-perfect night for football, it's here tonight at the Citadel.
Well, you said thumbs up. Our fan cam, you see the cheerleaders over at Oceanside. We'll talk a little bit more about them at halftime with our Delta Force All-Stars cheer of the game. But I know thumbs up guys are personal injury attorneys at Miller, Dawson, Siegel, and Ward. Winning cases, winning your trust. That's a winning defensive play to really just bring momentum back to your sideline if you're OCA.
That definitely is a change of momentum, as you mentioned, because you got to think if Ashley Ridge goes down and they score, it's 14-0. Not that a John Patterson team would necessarily quit, but the ease that Ashley Ridge was able to move the ball. So you're right, huge play by Oceanside.
It's Nate Sturm again on the kickoff. It's going to be caught around the 1, brought out by Spivey. He's got a whole lot of green grass in front of him. He cuts it back up, but man, does he do it all. Offense, defense, special teams. Nate Sturm kicks it and saves a touchdown. It's a really nice return by the young sophomore, Jagger Spivey.
He's actually caught it right there at the goal line. And he was one taking it to the house. And it's funny, last week, Oceanside gave up a pick six. This week, they get a pick six. So nothing new to them. But you're right, Nate Sturm, a tough player, the senior, 5'9", 165, but plays a lot bigger than he is physically.
You mentioned the pick six last week. Aiden Minnigan actually threw 2 pick sixes against a Savannah Christian team that had 3. Not 1, not 2, but 3 4-star defensive linemen. It was a long night, but a great learning experience for John Patterson's group. And this defense has woken up. Big play by the Mike linebacker, Cale Gilchrist in the backfield.
You know, going back to last week in that loss to Savannah Christian 44-20, Oceanside actually led after the first quarter 13-7, only trailed 20-13 at the half, but everything kind of fell apart that fourth quarter and it kind of got away from them. But you're right, a great learning experience. And yeah, one of those defensive linemen, I heard his final 2 choices are Georgia and Clemson. Yeah, I'm thinking he's a pretty good player.
Looking not only play on Saturdays, but Sundays as well, as we've seen Bam DeWeese yet again. Another little bubble screen on the outside. He'll take this one for about 7.
Now, when DeWeese goes back and watch the film, what he'll see is let those blockers get ahead, and then he kind of ran ahead of his blocker. So when he sees that on film, he's going to be like, that could have been a big play.
Yeah, he saw it perfectly. Jalen Drayton out in front of him that sent a really nice seal on the outside to free up space, trying to cut it back up and make a big play, and a big 3rd and short for OCA's defense. Kalish with a little false snap, high snap, will step up. He's going to roll out to his left, looking for Spivey downfield. It's a little miscommunication as Jalen Drayton cuts off the throw, and great defense by Grayson Freeling to break it up and force 4th down.
Yeah, back-to-back stops for this Oceanside defense, doing a great job. Surprised he didn't take off and run there. It would have been a one-on-one situation. You got to make that guy miss and pick up the 1st down because he only needed 4. But you're right, Grayson Freeling with the big stop. Looks like the ball will go back to Oceanside. Oh, no, looks like Ashley Ridge is going to keep their offense on the field.
4th and 4 here in the first quarter, and Coach Tate will leave the offense and his junior quarterback on the field. Kalish is going to move the pocket. He's going to take a deep shot downfield. He's got DeWeese, and it's underthrown. Oh, brother. He had nothing but turf in front of him. If there's just a little bit more air under the rock. It's a breezy night, but an underthrow ball will force a turnover on downs.
When you look at the American flag there in the end zone, it's whipping. That ball, you can tell just the way it floated, and that is exactly the way that the wind is blowing. So I think the wind just caught hold of that football and kind of took it away from DeWeese, and he couldn't come up with the catch.
With that being said, as you take a look at that American flag, a wind howling tonight, Mother Nature, there is a storm of brewing, and the ladies will keep you updated on all weather updates. But 4th and 4, and Jeff Tate goes, let's take a deep shot, a little skinny post route deep. It's going to tell you a lot you need to know about these offenses.
Well, and that's when you know you have confidence in your kids. You know, he knows, hey, we can score. Now, granted, Oceanside's done a great job as of late, but, yeah, he's very confident in his offense.
There's another little bubble screen to Gilliam as these offenses, you can see, very synced up as Jaquan Simmons wraps them up.
Talk about just a turn of events. That one play really has ignited this Oceanside defense. After that first drive, you and I kind of looked at each other like this could be a long night, but Oceanside has not given up. Obviously, still plenty of football left to be played. You have to be impressed with the way that they've responded to that quick start by Ashley Ridge.
I'm going to get a timeout. As you can see, James O'Connor running onto the field late to avoid an illegal substitution. Interim coach John Patterson will opt to take a timeout. .3:17 to go in the first quarter. But this is what we've got tomorrow. Are you kidding me? You're this late? South Carolina Gamecock fans, you got a big one as College Game Day will be in the Palmetto State as they host LSU, A&M, Florida at 3:30, Georgia, Kentucky at 7:30. It's on all SEC football on ABC.
Go Tigers. that was just from my buddy Ed Orgeron. But that should be a game. Obviously, game day in Columbia tomorrow. That place will be a zoo at Williams-Brice Stadium. Should be a good one. Obviously, the Gamecocks coming off that big win against Kentucky. And if anybody knows how good Georgia is, I know how good Georgia is. Mark Stoops, it could be a long night tomorrow because that Georgia team is outstanding.
They just haven't missed a beat. We built a dynasty. And Athens is Oceanside looking to do the same as Monavian. Throws a dime on the outside. Breaks a tackle? I think so. Your scholar athlete, are you? Peyton Shaw, the slot receiver, puts it right up.
Hey, Ashley Ridge, you know what? You can throw the football, but so can we. Now for Oceanside. Just nothing fancy. A seam route right up the seam. Able to hit him in stride. And a touchdown, Oceanside.
I thought he was looking for Gavin Gaspar, a dude that doesn't get a ton of run. Peyton Shaw, one man down, next man up. Will Virgilio, who was a part of that state championship team a year ago. 2 touchdowns in the state championship, not playing today. Peyton Shaw gets to look in the slot spot. They go right to number 0. He scores a touchdown and gives Oceanside their first lead of the night.
I'm starting to think the first team to 50 might win this game tonight.
Well, he said these offenses were potent. Well, how about this ball from Monavian? Look at the feet, man. Everything he does pristine.
Was able to step into it. No pressure coming up the middle in his face. Took his time and able to deliver a strike. So solid possession. Back-to-back touchdowns for Oceanside. And all of a sudden now, Uncle Mo is on the side of the Land Sharks.
I've said pristine like 4 times tonight. It's the first word that comes to mind when you watch Monavian. His pocket presence, the way that he maneuvers and steps up. Well, this time he finds a senior slot guy in Peyton Shaw, 5'10", 190. Shaw, again, who's a guy that hasn't played a ton this year. Plays a lot on the defensive side of the ball and getting a look offensively, taking advantage of that Trident Technical College touchdown.
Want to go back, Jack. We talked about that scheduled tomorrow for ABC News 4. Talked about Georgia playing in nightcap. Of course, Monroe Feeling. Isn't he a guard at Georgia?
Starting left tackle for the Georgia Bulldogs. They seam at right tackle. He kind of moves around, but an OCA graduate.
Yeah. He's OCA's had some success. Sam Hartman, the backup quarterback for the Commanders in the NFL, so congratulations to him. And obviously we just talked about Monroe Feeling. Some outstanding players have come from Oceanside over in Mount Pleasant.
The last name sounds familiar. Grayson Feeling playing on that free safety spot. He was a state champion a year ago at the town. He's surely going to play at the next level as well. But Monroe, he was the #1 offensive lineman in the state of South Carolina, 4-star. As you're seeing some 5-star speed. Bam DeWeese, Coach Tate said, let's get the ball to 1 in open space. Just let him fly.
I mean, it's just like, okay, Ashley Ridge hit the first punch. Now Oceanside has come back with 2 punches, and Ashley Ridge is like, okay, let's get this thing cranked up again. Big return, Ridge, if they can respond to Oceanside.
I'll tell you, this first quarter is so indicative of Oceanside's season to this point. 8 years this school has been open. They've seen 6 head coaches. They won a state championship a year ago. We're not going to talk about it a ton tonight because there's no need to. But Chad Wilkes, who won a state championship last year, resigning after week 1. The interim head coach, and John Patterson, we'll talk a lot more about, thrusted into this position. Says a whole lot about these young men and their relentless, ability to just keep bouncing back with adversity. We've seen it in the first quarter so far.
And that's really kind of part of being an athlete, being able to overcome adversity and being able to grow from it. And you take a situation like what happened to them earlier this year, it hopefully would bring teams closer instead of breaking them apart. And that's exactly what's happened. Kind of use it as a rally. Hey, let's go out and do this together as a team. So kudos to these kids at Oceanside.
Kayla, she's looking for a screen. He finds Spivey on the outside. He's going to break a tackle before he's wrapped up by Terrence Johnson. There's a yellow hanky behind the line of scrimmage in the location of what we would assume to be holding.
Johnson did a nice job of not overrunning that play. He kind of broke down, but allowed him to not allow him to pick up additional yards. So good job by Johnson being disciplined there and using the sideline as an extra defender.
Our officiating crew has signified that it is holding. Ball will be back towards the 37. And they'll replay first down. First and 20 is we see John Patterson there. You want to talk about a really fun story. If his biceps look massive at home, just tell you they're even bigger in real life. you're looking at Mr. Universe E. Back in 2021 at 61 years old, he's a serious bodybuilder, a competitor at heart, a longtime head coach at James Island, stints at here, the Citadel, the head coach of the arena football team here close to 2 decades ago, Fort Dorchester, well, an illustrious 40-year-plus career, and just a guy that I think all high school football fans here in Charleston have grown to know and love.
And did you say 61 as you see Patterson there with his arms crossed? 61, that's not too bad for a 61-year-old to be in that tip-top of shape. But, yeah, a guy I've known when he was at James Island, coached, the Swamp Foxes. Good to see him back on the sidelines here in Charleston.
Kalish got a whole lot of pressure in that backfield. Where did this Oceanside defense come from? What a play. That's 84 up front. Really nice stop by Sawyer Arnold, the junior D-end. 6'4", 205, used that leverage for a nice sack and to force another Ashley Ridge punt.
And all of a sudden now, this Oceanside defense has found itself. That first drive kind of maybe was a wake-up call for them, and since then, safe to say they've been awoken, and another 3 and out forced by this Oceanside defense.
We kind of clamored on about this this Ashley Ridge front 5, right? Told you 4 dudes up front over 300 pounds, but the speed of Oceanside's middle linebacker, not his entire linebacking crew, has really caused problems. So this ball's going to be fired away, a low rugby-style punt that'll roll out to be down at around the Oceanside 25. It's where they'll take over with 55 to go here in the first quarter.
And that's what they say, the best way to negate size is with speed. You can't block what you can't get to, and that's what Oceanside's doing, is being able to get in those gaps, be disruptive, but more importantly, pursue sideline to sideline.
Oceanside State Championship against sister school, great collegiate. This year making the jump to the 3A level. We told you, just 1 and 2, but challenged themselves out of conference. This another big test, but you could see the jump from 2A to 3A might be not trivial, but seems to be a seamless transition so far.
Yeah, they played well in that opening loss to Irmo, losing 35 to 7, where Irmo kind of had their way at the end. Got their first win, beating a good team out of Savannah, Calvary Day, 16-15, and then, like we mentioned last week, a very good Savannah Christian team that had D1 talent all over the field, losing 44-20. And it doesn't get any easier after this. They go to Dutch Fork, which I believe is the #1 team in the state next week. Then they have Atlantic Collegiate Academy, and then Hanahan, Battery Creek, and OW. So, yeah, very challenging schedule for the Land Sharks.
Monavian, another dime. He's got a whole lot of room in front of him. This Tyler Garner is going to be wrapped up at around the 47. But look at this throw from Monavian. Watch him step up in the pocket.
Being on point, that's the one thing look at that head movement, surveying the field, moving left to right, and able to hit his wide receiver in stride. A nice tackle made by Cole Anderson. But yeah, the sophomore looking very comfortable here.
Look at Monavian, maneuver to the pocket. They bring the house, he runs right at the blitz. That's about an 18-yard pickup. You ever seen a 15-year-old look this calm, cool, and collected?
I was just about to say, again, he was a safety the first half of the season last year. Now he's out there looking like Johnny Manziel, running all over the field and throwing dimes.
All kidding aside, that's good enough for a Mr. Sparky first down. You see Oceanside going no tempo, not allowing maybe a bigger defensive Ashley Ridge group kind of get settled.
And what they've done is a nice job of just spreading the field, not necessarily trying to run tackle to tackle, but getting up in the gaps. Ashley Ridge did a good job of pursuing up the field, and, well, Aiden just stepped up and made the play. He's taking what they're giving him.
I want to go back to that last start, too. Going through his progressions, it looked like that was his second or third option.
We got to let our white hat know his mic's on.
He's mic'd up. He just wanted to say hello to you all at home as well.
So we're getting live. This is our kind of NFL fan cam where we get the referee's mic.
But Dave, go back to the turf. It's Johnson. Really gritty run as Terrence Johnson was met behind the line of scrimmage, was scrambled for about 6 yards. As we end the first quarter, we give you our edition as the Manning cast, as our mic'd up head official in white hat.
It's kind of like the XFL.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the XFL may not have been as excited as what we've got on hand tonight. It's It's been a 14 unanswered run from Oceanside after a big-time stop from Ashley Ridge. 14-7 for the home squad, Land Sharks. Tonight's company's finite rivals, driven by Crew Chevrolet. 7-point lead for the home dudes. Don't go anywhere.
What do we got?
Code 94, circuit breaker.
Let's break it down.
Susie's got dance recital, Kevin has midterms, Dan's trying to watch the game, and I'm just trying to make dinner.
Kevin! Flip the breaker! We should take a look at that breaker.
Relieved of duty.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Chronic low back pain impacts millions of people. New research suggests that for many, pain signals are actually transmitted from a nerve inside the vertebra. The Southeastern Spine Institute now performs a revolutionary procedure that actually stops these signals and ends the pain.
The intercept procedure is one of the only spinal procedures that we do where patients can resume normal activity literally the day after.
See if you're a candidate for the intercept procedure. Call today. No doctor referral is needed.
Most of the services we offer is really around home repairs and maintenance needs, whether it be structural repairs in the crawl space, hanging pictures, and sheetrock repairs to electrical, carpentry, and plumbing. For really any home repair needs, give us a call. Really, the value we bring is doing the things that either A, they don't want to do, or the things that they don't have time to do or don't know how to do.
If your home needs repairs, call Rapid Repairs, 573-HELP.
It's 14-7. It's tonight's company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Crew Chevrolet. We got a little bit of an adjustment for you as we get back in. There's communication mistake on our end. It was a penalty before the end of the first quarter. We took that premature second quarter timeout. So we've got one more play as there's 0 seconds on that first quarter. Monavian, it's a little jet sweep. They're going to kick it to the outside. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The speed of the senior, Peyton Shaw. Little extra time in the first quarter, and Peyton Shaw finds his second touchdown of the first quarter.
Take a look at the barely, I want to go back a little bit further, but it's not like he handed it off to him. Like, literally, it was just a little touch to this guy. You have to be in sync. Timing has to be perfect. What a play by Oceanside. Another house call by the Land Sharks.
This is why we love sports, right? Peyton Shaw, we told you, has been playing sparingly with the injury to Will Virgilio, who's due back next week. Shaw, in just the first quarter, takes one to the yard and a little just jet sweep touchback to the crib. As the PAT will push the Oceanside lead by 14.
Hey, you got to make the most of your opportunity. Take a look here, Jack. Just a little float, just kind of just drains. So finesse, so beautiful. And that will go down as a pass. It's in front of him.
That was your Tony Elliott Clemson Tiger offense where Deshaun Watson would throw for 400 yards and half the passes didn't even leave half a yard in front of him.
But you gotta love that. But you're right, making the most of your opportunity. When you never know when your number's called. He's taking advantage of it tonight.
Working through some mechanical stuff. We're actually going to stay tight, hang here. Break down kind of what all just happened. We told you it was actually an illegal formation at the end of that quarter. So they replayed it down, obviously having to finish out the quarter with 0 seconds on the clock. So 3 first quarter touchdowns at 21 unanswered from the Land Sharks.
After that first drive, you couldn't have told me that, hey, at the end of the first quarter, it'll be Oceanside, 21-7. Now, obviously we hadn't seen Oceanside on the offensive side of the football, but defensively, it looked like they had no answer. Ridge, ever since then, the pick six, a couple of 3-and-outs, Oceanside defense has been elite here, really the last 9 minutes of that first quarter.
We expected this many points, but let's be truthful to the viewers at home. In between breaks after that first Ashley Ridge touchdown, we look at each other and go, oh, man.
Yes.
I don't know who's stopping this team. whatever the defensive adjustment is for Low Country football fans. Brett LaPrade, that name sounds familiar. So we get a little pooch kick. It's going to be recovered as Oceanside looks like they're actually going to come up with this football.
And they do.
It was muffed, and it was come up by number 22, Silas Gilliam.
The sophomore making a big play. Kind of caught Ashley Ridge off guard. And, I mean, he just ripped the ball. That's what we like to call Debo. Like, give me the ball. Just grabbed it, took it out of his hands. Oceanside gets another break, and they look to add to this 2-touchdown lead.
All starts off the foot of number 2, Nate Serm, yet again. But look at the extra effort after the play. It's been all Oceanside all the time.
And more now than ever. We talked about the importance of Oceanside defense coming up with the stop in that first quarter. Now it goes back to Ashley Ridge. They were just on the field, didn't get a chance to really catch a breather. Let's see if they can respond.
Taking advantage of the tired legs is John Patterson. They kick it to James O'Connor.
By
nice
number 34, James O'Connor.
Tackle made by Jaquan Simmons. We talk about that rhythm and working in sync. Look at the big guys getting out there leading the charge. Offensive line doing its job.
There's a pulling right guard, J.B. Crady, the junior, 5'10", 200 pounds, light on his feet, leading the way for O'Connor. And you almost thought, hey, big turnover, maybe take a shot at the end zone. But you see that purpose-driven athletics first down. Like, let's just keep moving the chains and maybe take advantage of that Ashley Ridge defense that's been on the field what feels like the last 20 minutes of real time.
Well, you mentioned it. If it's not broke, no need to fix it. Continue doing what you're doing as they try to put it in the air there. Ball deflected. So it'll be a second down coming up. But, yeah, like you said, you found something. You found some cracks, I should say, in that Ashley Ridge defense. Just continue doing it.
Hey, a name that we haven't quite yet said. Dylan Polanski, the outside linebacker, a Shrine Bowl nominee to this point. How about Coach Tate, who's coached for 40-plus years, 15 years at Wren. He's coached some of the best. Said this is the most explosive athlete he's ever had on his roster.
Well, that's saying a lot when you have that type of tenure and coaching ability.
Oh, are you kidding? Oh. And say your name, we'll find you. It was a perfect ball. He's looking for Gavin Gaspar. And who's that in coverage? I'm going to rush the quarterback. And how about drop back? Dylan Polanski with a perfect play to swat it away from Gaspar.
Getting that hand up at the last minute. You normally don't see linebackers be able to provide that type of coverage. What a play by Polanski coming up with the touchdown saving deflection.
He got 8 tackles. He had 10 sacks just a year ago. He's a 4.40 runner. That's why they feel comfortable playing that quarterback spot, that bandit spot, or even dropping him in coverage as you saw against Gaspar. And even with nobody in the backfield, he's going to scramble. Ashley Ridge brought the house. He makes him pay. A 13-yard pickup. And the sophomore, the IQ is really off the charts.
Yeah, what you can't do is you don't want to be too aggressive as Vaughn Unger there on the stop. Because if you step up in the pocket,
roll it. Nice to meet you. Yeah, you too. Just leave.
Time tonight. So as we're hanging out, we're going to get a timeout from Aiden Manavian. If you're with us hanging on at home, working on some technical difficulties, timeout on the field, and we'll take a timeout with him with 11:05. It's Oceanside 21, Ashley Ridge 7. It's the 15th season of Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet.
News 4 Storm Tracker Weather. Certified most accurate.
You've got a friend in the car business.
New Chevy trucks and SUVs, no payment till 2025. Certified pre-owned and used vehicles, no payment till next year with approved credit. Details at cruisechevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
At Knights Companies, we're not just in the business of concrete. We're in the business of building relationships. For over 3 generations, our family has proudly served our communities. Join us at Knights Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build. Knights Companies, excellence in concrete, built on family values.
You've got a friend in the car business.
And you can have no payments till 2025. New Chevys and used cars too. Now at Cruise Chevy on Rivers, no payment till 2025 for the approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at cruisechevrolet.com.
As we welcome you back into Johnson Haygood Stadium, it's Knights Company's Friday Night Rentals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet. Quick TV timeout. As again, we're still working off of that last one that we took prematurely at the end of the first quarter. So we had some confusion between us upstairs and our head official. There's no confusion that John Patterson and this Oceanside offense firing on all cylinders as Monavian first in about 7. What can't this offense pull off right now?
That's the thing when you look at an offense, when things even don't work, Monavian's been able to make plays, and that's what you want. Guys that can improvise and be able to adjust on the fly.
He's got another man. He's looking for the fade in the backcourt of the end zone, looking for that back pylon, a bit underthrown as he was looking for Gaspar. Great coverage. It was number 29, Cole Anderson, just the sophomore.
Yeah, that's a tough throw. He's throwing across the hash marks. You see the little X there. A good defense by the secondary of Ashley Ridge not to fall for it. And could have been wide open.
This is a young secondary for Ashley Ridge as Monavian's going to go no huddle, goes back to the ground. Go to Terrence. Oh, run through you, Terrence Johnson.
I don't know much, but I know this. Terrence Johnson is not somebody you want to try and tackle by the shoulder pads. You might want to grab legs or lower. He is a load, as you saw him just shedding defenders left and right. So you got to get those ankles, take away those legs. You don't want to be, well, ran over by Terrence Johnson.
Jaquan Simmons, he heard you. The junior safety stepped up. It was a nice leg tackle.
This is a big play, Jack. Third down, they've got to, you have to think the confidence that Oceanside has right now, they'll go for it on fourth down if they don't get it there.
I was going to say 4 down territory. What do you throw? You pass it. Or
you run it here.
Go back to Johnson on the ground. Met in the A-gap, but how about the second effort? He extends over that pylon. A signified touchdown. We have not seen a run of this all season with Friday Night Rivals. 28 unanswered in just 14 minutes of play.
Yeah, John, and the Swamp Fox is not able to get him on the ground. He did a good job of keeping those legs churning, determined to reach the end zone. That's what he's done at Oceanside, having its way with Ashley Ridge.
An Ashley Ridge defense that's found itself on the, I guess, negative end of what we have found to be an eventful first quarter when it comes to time of possession. Sturm fires away and will execute on his fourth PAT already. In the second quarter, defense turns to offense, but when Aiden Monavian's playing QB, I'm starting to see he's about advertised, huh?
You know, I'm one to give people nicknames. We're going to give Aiden Little Baker. Ooh, Little Baker Mayfield. The way he kind of runs around, makes things happen, can improvise on the fly. Very impressed with this young man thus far.
We'll let the moxie of Aiden Monavian take us to our second TV timeout of the quarter. 28-7 Land Sharks. The home squad's rolling.
A car not stopping at the stop sign T-boned me. I was overwhelmed, so I called the Thumbs Up guys. They're caring, they pay attention to detail, and the results are extraordinary. If you're hurt here in South Carolina, call the Thumbs Up guys.
We're those Thumbs Up guys.
Welcome to Purpose-Driven Athletics. We are dedicated to mentoring student athletes, helping them reach their athletic capabilities and academic goals. Our personalized approach improves your chances of getting into the college you want. Don't wait. Join Purpose-Driven Athletics today. We will give you the mentorship and coaching you deserve. Learn more about us online at purposedrivenathletics.com. Let us help you reach your goals. Your future starts now with Purpose-Driven Athletics.
I've been working with Jason Noble for 6 years, and he's helped me and my wife Christine establish a generational wealth plan, not only for ourselves, but for our entire family.
Call today to get a clearer picture of your financial future.
It's 28-7 Oceanside, but first, tonight's Knights Companies and News 4 are proud to present each participating home school a check for $500. This grant actually provides each of these schools with extra funding to help make their school just that much better. Over the past 13 seasons, Friday Night Rivals and our sponsors have donated close to $150,000 to low-country students and schools. Congratulations from Knights Companies and News 4, Oceanside Collegiate, as we see Trooper Bob with their head principal. Before we kick it back down, so thankful for Knights Company News 4. It's such an incredible offer. As Ashley Ridge is going to call for a fair catch around the 40-yard line. That's where they'll take over. But before we get things underway, I want to kick it back down for tonight's Educator Spotlight. Let's go down to the sidelines where we have our Thumbs Up Guys Educator Spotlight. Trooper Bob, take it away.
Yeah, I'm here with Mark Myers, the athletic director for Oceanside. What are some of the nice things you're doing there this year? School just started a couple weeks ago.
We started in early August. This is our 4th football game. So that starts pretty quickly, right? But we're doing well. School's off to a start. All the students are settling in and getting used to their routines. All the freshmen, found out where they're going, and yeah, we're moving.
How excited was the team today, the parents, the faculty, about playing here at Johnson Haygood Stadium?
Well, we've been playing here for several years, I think, and we play here a good bit, but this is obviously a special environment for high school kids to be able to play at such a nice stadium, and thank you to the Citadel and all the people that help us, facilitate this.
It's a little better when it's 28-7 too, right?
Yeah, that certainly smooths things out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, enjoy the game. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work there at Oceanside.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, guys, I'll send it back to you.
We appreciate the athletic director, Mr. Mark Myers, and Trooper Bob is at Oceanside Collegiate coming off of that state championship, moving up to the 3A level, and Trooper Bob was a great little piece. Got to see what not only they're doing tonight, and what this game and this broadcast means to them, but also what they're doing in the community year-round. This is Kalish to the outside of the bubble screen to Paku. A whole lot of room in front of him, pick up about 24 yards before Freeling forces him out of bounds.
And that's the one thing we saw early on. Ashley Ridge had a lot of success running the ball between the tackles on that opening drive. They had big plays as well when they were able to get on the perimeter, and they kind of went away from it. So now what we're seeing, they're now starting to use the entire field, opening up some gaps and trying to get some of these skilled players in one-on-one and in space. Let's see if they can continue that trend.
Slowing it back down, and Acosta meet me up front. That's Mike Jones. Mike Jones and Coach Patterson. He was the offensive line coach before he stepped into this interim role. I said Mike Jones is going to make college coaches at the next level a very happy man.
Yeah, when you have that type of ability and to be that disruptive, everything all of a sudden now, you see more and more black jerseys in the backfield for Ashley Ridge. That's not a good sign.
6'2", 275 is Mike Jones. Coach Patterson said, you got to see him on that ladder drill. Fat or feet like a cat. As you can see, explode into that backfield. A nice stop as Acosta had nowhere to go. Kalish, little play action. He's looking for DeWeese over the middle. How tough is this kid? Takes a huge lick from not only Grayson Freeling, but A.J. Zarzaka, the linebacker, as well. But he holds down for it. It's good enough for a purpose-driven first down.
Yeah, DeWeese came in with 25 catches for 341 yards and a touchdown. Safe to say he is definitely the go-to guy for Ashley Ridge when it comes to receiving.
Now Ashley Ridge turning it on its table as they start to go up tempo. Acosta, he's going to bounce it to the outside. Breaks a couple tackles for a 15-yard pickup. And all of a sudden, when they get Oceanside on their heels, this offense is at its best.
You know, the one thing is, we look, the score's 28-7 Oceanside. Nobody thinks this game is over because we've seen what this Ashley Ridge offense can do when they're in their groove and having success. So this drive, very similar to what we saw in the opening drive for the Swamp Foxes.
Go back to Acosta, and it's Mike Jones yet again, a 2-yard pickup. But you mentioned earlier, we're going to sound like a broken record. It's an offense not only averaging 49 points per game this year, small sample size. They did it all last season, right? Yeah. With the emergence of some of these skilled receivers like Dan DeWeese on the outside, Jayden Acosta going from 70 yards per game to 140 this year, they have not missed a beat without the departure of their superstar, Derek Salley.
And these guys obviously talented, just didn't get the opportunity in the past. Now they're getting their opportunity.
Oh, Kalish was looking for his tight end. That was Caleb Sharrow again across the middle of the field. If Max Mormon doesn't go up and swat this ball away, we're looking at a 28-14 game.
Yeah, that's that big old tight end dump where you kind of ride that guy through and your tight end just releases in the middle of the field. So a good route, but better defense by Mormon, and the Land Shark defense.
It's going to force a 3rd and long. And this is a huge one. Almost feels like 4-down territory. They move the pocket. Kay's looking for a man. He's got time. He's got to kick it out of bounds, but it looks like you saw something in the end zone.
Yeah, it looked like on the backside, which they tell you not to throw across your body, but he looked like he had a wide receiver on the opposite hash wide open, but obviously didn't see him as he was trying to keep everything in front of him. So I agree with you, Jack. Field goals aren't going to beat Oceanside. You got to go for it here on 4th down.
At DC, Coach LaPrade, he was on that staff, so pivotal, winning a state championship a year ago. He's stunting and disguising a ton of blitzes, kind of giving Kalish a look that maybe he's never seen before. Coach Tate's going to keep the offense on the field. It's a bubble screen. They're looking for Spivey and Acosta. It's a trickeration play, and they overthrew him.
Yeah, he put way too much air on that one. You don't have that much room because it's a short. You only had 19 yards. That one has to be direct. Good play, but he definitely needed to throw it a lot sooner. It was there, as you can see right there, but yeah, just floated that one. Good stop inside defense.
Oh, Jagger Spivey, we've seen him in the slot, saw him on the outside. Now giving him a chance to play quarterback. It's going to be a throw that when he goes back and watches film, wishes he had back.
Yeah.
I love personally, though, staying within who they are in Jeff Tate. 4th down, we're going to get weird even down 21. The offense is staying within itself.
Now you have to rely on your defense to hopefully force a 3 and out and get this field position back. So a gamble by Ashley Ridge. It did not come through on that particular possession, but now if your defense can get a 3 and out and force a punt, you'll have that opportunity again.
It's Manavian. He's going to kick it to his running back. Just a little halfback dive from James O'Connor, a 6-yard pickup. Yeah, I got to ask you, we saw LaPrade's defense make the adjustment. What do you want to see out of Ashley Ridge's unit here to try to sway the game back in their favor?
Well, I love the fact that they move the pocket, trying to get him on the perimeter to make him some essentially RPO situations. For him, maybe be a little more aggressive. Look to run the football to get in there and force some of that defense to come up. So right now, just basically using the entire field and getting his playmakers in space.
Ashley Ridge brings the house. Really nice play up front. That was Tristan Graham, big junior, 6'4", 225. But right now the size is being, I guess, taken out of the equation because Manavians get the ball in and out of the hand as quick as possible, even on these runs, like not getting Ashley Ridge any time to think. This time, how about 5 receivers wide? Manavian alone in the backfield. 3rd and 2. He's got his man. It's Gaspar running into an official at Empire. It looks like he tripped him up. He kind of accredits a tackle. Joined in on their suit by Markel Moore, but not before. It's another purpose-driven athletics 1st down.
In that set, I like it. 5 wide receivers. McNavian, he's such a good runner. I would send all 5 guys because they were in a man-to-man coverage. Just send them all on a go route. And everybody just turn and just tell McNavian is to turn and just take off because everyone's going to have their back to him staying with their receiver.
That Shaw in the backfield, it's tripped up. You said Baker Mayfield. Even when things go awry, that is Johnny Manziel-esque. He's like, he looks like he even has more fun when things get chaotic.
He's out there, drawing up plays in the sand, like you go here, I go here. But yeah, in that situation, he didn't panic, made sure he got possession, and simply did not try to make something that was not there. Keep possession, that's the most important thing. Live for another day, and come back for the 2nd down and long.
That was Peyton Shaw, who we saw in that little touch pass in the first quarter score. A little confusion as there was a bobbled snap. This time they just go back to that dive. It's O'Connor for about a 3-yard pickup. They'll force another 3rd and 7. Do they go back to the trips wide here? I saw the 3 receivers stacked at the top of the field.
When you got a quarterback that can move like that, you know he's going to make the right play. Like, yeah, just say if it's there or get a quick slant, a skinny post, anything of that nature across the middle. If it's not there, just take off and run.
It's Gaspar and Shaw at the bottom of your screen. At the top, it's Titus Gilliam.
Also there like in a cover 2 with some high safety. So let's see if he can find someone in the middle, and he cannot. A big sack by the Swamp Fox defense.
Dylan Polanski in the backfield. He's joined by Malachi Mitchell, who Coach Tate said, Jack, watch out for Agent Zero. He might wear 0. You're not going to miss him. They call him the Hulk. That's a huge sack to get Ashley Ridge off the field.
That's a huge play on 3rd down. We talked about maintaining field possession. So good job by the Swamp Foxes. They try to cut into this 3-touchdown deficit. probably about 5 minutes to go here in the first half.
Not sure where they'll credit. It was Polanski and Mitchell in the backfield. If it's Mitchell's, it'll be his second. If it's Polanski, it'll be his first. But a much-needed play with under 5 to go in the second quarter. The Sturm will fire away. Bam DeWeese waits. He'll field after the third hop, looking to get away, and ooh, goodness. Yeah. Risky play, as it was great coverage by Titus Gilliam with a tackle.
Yeah, but you saw what he was trying to do there, trying to not allow that ball to continue to roll. The wind definitely going with Oceanside. So good play. Fortunately able to save that possession, and now they'll go back on offense with 4:46 left to play here in the first half.
I love what we've seen from DeWeese so far. The numbers speak for himself. He's kind of, in a proverbial sense, filled into the shoes of Derek Stout.
Right.
Dude's tough as heck, though. I mean, you know when you pick up that football to save field position, you're going to take a big shot. He takes a huge lick, gets back up like nothing happened.
He's a playmaker for sure. Now they have him split wide to the top of the field. Let's see if they try to get it to him on one-on-one.
Go back to the ground. It's Acosta patiently waiting and nowhere to go. Sawyer Arnold sheds the blocker, loss of about 1.
Yeah, that running has been completely shut down by this Oceanside. You got to give Brent LaPrade a ton of credit, making the adjustments after that first drive. He has done a nice job. And, of course, LaPrade, somewhat familiar with Ashley Rich. Of course, his dad, Hall of Famer, legendary Fort Dorchester coach Steve LaPrade. So, yeah, he's pretty familiar with those teams up there in the, Dorchester 2 district.
And I'm sure coaches in District 2 are like, wait, can we get these LaPrades out of the way? As this time they go to the outside, another bubble screen. This time Jalen Drayton, as they pick it up and make it a much more third manageable.
So just trying to maintain his possession, try to get something, especially with Oceanside getting the ball to start the second half. So try to get something going here over these last 4 minutes to give you some momentum going into the locker room.
Slowing it down a little bit. Saw up-tempo on the last drive that eventually ended in a turnover on downs on the 10. Third and short, they're going to pass it. This time he's going to keep it. Looks like he'll try to run. Nowhere to go. Shot out of the cannon, Terrence Johnson.
He's running touchdowns. He's stopping first downs. Terrence Johnson doing a little bit of everything here tonight. He's been a huge player for Oceanside. That was a huge stop as the Land Sharks would get the ball back here one final time before going into the locker room and trying to put more points on the board. You can never have enough points against Ashley Ridge.
Oh, you said the first team to get to 50, it feels spot on, as Coach Tate will send out Zion Spivey, the backup quarterback, also does the kicking and punting for the Swamp Foxes. As they go to a little bit of a unique set, too. Oceanside's got nowhere to go. They're going to fake it. How about this play?
Wow.
Well, there's a reason they had nobody back there. They go direct snap to number 12, Caleb Sharrow, and he throws a dart to number 49, Vaughn Unger, the senior long snapper. They hit him on a quick little curl out, like they've been practicing since May.
And that's the play they probably wanted to run down here when they got stopped on downs on that last possession. So a gutsy call there, because if you don't get that outstanding field position for Oceanside, but it works, and now 2:45 left, clock moving. Ashley Ridge will have to pick up the pace.
Here's the deal with this first half. I've come to expect nothing else but the nuts. But that's a formation that I hadn't seen. Oceanside with nobody back, rightfully so, just better execution. Now Jalen Drayton hitting with a little hezzy, makes a man miss on the outside. No room to go, but all of a sudden, this would be a huge momentum swing to just cut it to 2 and find points before the half.
Well, and then right now, if you're Ashley Ridge, you got to use the sideline. You have 2 timeouts left if you're Ashley Ridge. So, yeah, you want to work those sidelines, but tell those guys you got to get out of bounds. You can't, get tackled inbounds, and if you do, get up quickly and get the ball to the official.
We're at the 2-minute mark, and Kalish nowhere to go. It's Mike Jones.
That's a grown man down there playing defensive line. Mike Jones having a night tonight. Have yourself a night, Mike Jones. He's done it all defensive and living in the Ashley Ridge backfield.
I saw Mike Jones on the roster, and I'm not sure if he's an old 90s, early 2000 rap fan, but I was excited to say his name all night long. A sack that all of a sudden completely changes maybe the game plan for Ashley Ridge. It's 3rd and 14 for Kalish.
join in the backfield with Acosta, trips receivers at the top of the screen, Deweese at the bottom.
Got to throw a screen here, something that you know you can complete and keep this clock moving.
Ooh, how about that little false count? Gets a man to jump off sides.
Will look like his guy did as well, but I believe Oceanside did first.
We await an announcement for a head official. He's going to signal. Not sure if his mic is working tonight. We can hear him upstairs. Not sure if you can at home. He did signal encroachment, gives him 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 9, but maybe more importantly, stops the clock.
Well, and more importantly, this Oceanside defense, this pass rush has been relentless all night. Hit them with a screen, whether it be like a bubble screen or invite the obviously the defensive pass rush and go right over the top, but try to take advantage of their aggressiveness that we've seen thus far here in the first half.
It looks like Oceanside, they've switched up to that 3-4 spot. Do you bring a lot of pressure here on 3rd down?
No, I kind of let them come to me. Keep everything in front. Don't let them get to the stick.
Trips receivers at the top. Kalish steps up in the pocket, and he finds his man. It's Jalen Drayton. Nice little 14-yard out route. Kind of sits down in the soft spot of the coverage and extends the drive.
Found an open spot in the middle of that zone. Again, running past the stick, 1st down. Still plenty of time left, minute 17. Right now, if you're Oceanside, make sure you keep everything in front of you. Come up, make the tackle. Try to keep Ashley Ridge inbound so that that clock does not stop.
Minute 10, it's keep on ticking. Kalish, a lot of pressure. It's Mike Jones again. Moves the pocket to the outside. He finds Deweese. Make a man miss. Make 2-man miss. And he skates out of bounds. Are you kidding me? How about that, Hezzy from big number 1?
I mean, he's back there dancing like he's on the floor. I'm talking give it to him, take it back. What a move by Deweese. And more importantly, stepped out of bounds to stop the clock with 58 seconds left. So that worked perfectly for Jeff Tate and the Swamp Foxes.
Did a great job disguising. There was a lot of Jalen Drayton on the last drive, and even the beginning. Don't fall asleep. Number 1, so dangerous. This time they go halfback screen. It's Acosta in the backfield. A lot of room to go. Picks up a 1st down and falls out of bounds, but maybe not before a penalty that could eradicate that 1st down play.
I don't know if that was holding or maybe a legal man downfield where they threw the flag right there at the 15-yard line. Let's get the call from the officials. Yep, holding against the Swamp Foxes. And for the most part, Jack, somewhat of a cleanly played first half. Not too many penalties, especially after what we saw last week there at West Asheville. Was it 2 weeks ago? We had, 18 penalties, I think, in a half. But that's an unfortunate break for Ashley Ridge because they definitely would have been inside the 10-yard line.
That penalty on the hold, I believe it was on the right side as well. Will take them out of the rapid repairs red zone. Clock will start. The ball's been placed. 45 to go in the second. Good to reminder as well, Oceanside will receive the ball to start the second half. High snap's going to get over the head of Kalish. Mike Jones right behind him, and all Kalish can do is fall on that football as Ashley Ridge and Coach Tate besides himself will have to use one of those timeouts.
You know, and I noticed even on this possession, while they weren't high, but it seemed like every time he would have to jump to receive the snap. So this time, it does take off on him. That's a bad break for the Swamp Foxes because now, as you can see, all the way back to the 40-yard line.
You know, we interviewed these coaches throughout the week. Jeff Tate made mention to a kid that he's been really impressed with and was going to be crucial to their success this year. That's center number 75, Blaine Wilson, obviously an errant snap. But junior, 6'4", 315. It's big size at the center position, and he's playing the spot for the first time in his career. He's actually transitioning from left tackle where they played Bryce Lahone this whole year. So, again, knocking off some rust as this is the first time the junior has ever played the center position.
Yeah, and that's obviously the most important on that. Well, I shouldn't say most important because left tackle if you're a right-handed quarterback, but still, you're for the most part calling out the signals and the schemes and so forth and so on, and you have to obviously get the ball to the quarterback as well. So a tough snap there by him, but as you mentioned, still transitioning, making that transition. Hopefully, he'll be able to clean that up as the season goes on.
And you saw a couple high ones early in that first quarter. These are mistakes that Wilson hasn't made all year. How much do you accredit to a Brent LaPrade defense who's constantly moving, stunting blitzes from all over the place? Like, can you blame them?
Well, I'd be nervous, too. It seems like every play, Oceanside's been in the backfield, so you're so focused and worried about making that first step to get in front of the defender that maybe he kind of had a mental lapse and allowed that that high snap. So a big second down, and forever here, they got to get inside the 7-yard line to pick up a first down. But the most important thing, Jack, you don't need to get it all on one play. Try to pick up 10, 15 yards here, give you a manageable third down if you can.
Pair of receivers at the top and bottom of the screen. 32 to go in the second quarter, and Ashley Ridge trails by 21. They move the pocket again, looking for a man downfield, throws across his body, looking for Paku, and Oceanside. Terrence Johnson all over it.
And look down the field, he had his target there, DeWeese. If he just simply throws that ball to the corner, he was on a crossing route from left to right. It would have been an easy touchdown. Just didn't have his eyes far enough up the field to see he had a guy coming open.
And that's a throw on the run, not difficult, but he had time to set his feet.
Right.
Kalish, who's actually the MVP at the David Moore quarterback training camp, the elite quarterbacks in the Low Country participate, being held really kind of at bay in this first half by a great creative defensive scheme of Oceanside. 3rd and a mile. Kalish steps up, nowhere to go. Stop me if you heard me say it. The 3rd sack of the first half for Oceanside.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Jack, we're high above here at Johnson-Haygood Stadium. I couldn't see that as our monitor is out. So someone was credited with a sack there.
Well, it took me a second, and because this Oceanside defense is constantly moving pieces around, Coach Tate will use his final timeout as they're looking at 4th and 30. That was a sack by the basketball stud. That was Jake Moore on the outside, or Jake Thomas, with the sack. And Ashley Ridge will hold on to the timeout, keep it in the back pocket, and the Jake Thomas sack will take us to the second half.
What a first half from Oceanside. Their ability to overcome that adversity, make the necessary adjustments, changes after that opening drive, and ever since then, it all started with the pick six, and ever since that play, it's been all Landshark.
Mentioned the pick six by Nate Sturm. It changed everything. A 28-0 run. Let's talk to maybe the happiest dude in the building. We've got Trooper Bob with interim coach John Patterson with Oceanside. Trooper Bob, take it away.
That's right, down here with the coach. Coach, big first half, 28 points. Are you happy with the rhythm that your offense is in right now?
Yeah, I'm very happy with the team play, everybody, offense, defense, and special teams. And we thought that special teams was going to play a really huge part in this game tonight. And certainly it has. But the defense, we got off to a slow start. The defense got a pick six, and that kind of turned the momentum around. After that, we're kind of rolling.
Speaking of your defense, what would you like to see more in the second half from them?
Of our defense?
Yes, sir.
Don't give them an inch. Don't let them score any more points. We'll be good to go. You can't lose if you stay right where we're at.
Coach, appreciate your time. Best of luck in the second half. Thank you too. Thank you very much. Beautiful night for football. A little bit of drizzle right before the game, but that went away. Got a nice little wind blowing. Folks are going to get their food. We'll be ready for second half of football here for Friday Night Rivals.
Well, Trooper Bob, I don't know what we're eating at the half, but I'll tell you that Oceanside Sharks smelled blood in the water, and they went feasting. 28 unanswered, and John Patterson. You mentioned Coach Owie, a little gravelly voice. Does he not have you ready to run through a wall?
I think so. You can tell he definitely motivates. He probably challenged those guys after that opening drive. It's worked thus far. He's right. If they don't score anymore, they're going to get their second win of the season.
28-7 for the home squad. It's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Ashley Ridge offense averages 49 a night. Don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. See you on the other side of this halftime report.
What's next?
Code 12, flickering lights.
What if it's a ghost this time? Please enter. Definitely a ghost.
I've seen malarkey like this before. Classic bad wiring.
We got this. Thank you.
See, Pete, no ghosts.
Oh, no, this place is totally haunted.
See, Jane?
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
I am glad I'm here because it's really helping me.
I have a lot of things I want to do.
I like being in charge of others.
My confidence how really build up since I've been here.
This place has showed me, like, it's not good to run from your education.
It's a really great place. You got people here that are willing to help you.
It's something that's going to get you through every day. It's just something you have to have. And they're making it possible for me, because if I wasn't here, I would not be in high school.
When your project demands the best, turn to Sunbelt Rentals. 10 branches conveniently located in Charleston, Sunbelt Rentals helps you get things done with an expanded mix of tools and equipment. With over 14,000 pieces of equipment, expert advice, and reliable service, we help pros and DIYers tackle any job, big or small. Rent from Sunbelt Rentals, a company proud to be involved in the community and schools. Sunbelt Rentals, making it happen for our customers. Visit us today.
Most of the services we offer is really around home repairs and maintenance needs, whether it be structural repairs in the crawl space, hanging pictures, and sheetrock repairs to electrical, carpentry, and plumbing. For really any home repair needs, give us a call. Really, the value we bring is doing the things that either A, they don't want to do, or the things that they don't have time to do or don't know how to do.
If your home needs repairs, call Rapid Repairs, 573-HELP.
Welcome to the Climate Makers Halftime Report, where your comfort is our business.
Tonight's South Carolina High School League varsity football contest features City against Liberty.
Each week, the Thumbs Up guys are proud to highlight a scholar athlete from each participating school. The students selected will have an opportunity to win a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season. Tonight's scholarships are first from Ashley Ridds. We've said his name quite a bit tonight. It's Lucas Shanama. Lucas, the kid's a stud, an all-region 5A track athlete, South Carolina Defensive Lower State Player of the Week just a week ago. Take a look at that GPA, getting it done. Two-sport athlete with a 5.061 GPA. Congratulations to Luca. And for Oceanside, it's Gavin Gaspar, another name on the outside, the receiver we've seen diamond it up with Aiden Avon with that 4.6 GPA. He was actually an all-low-country team selection just a year ago. Caught 2 touchdowns in 2023 state championship game, the first of Oceanside's entire program history. Congratulations to Gavin and Luca, this week's Thumbs Up Guys Scholar Athletes.
Back again, it's our Scholar Athlete time here on Friday Night Rivals. It is 2 of the 4 Thumbs Up guys, and we are talking Scholar Athletes. It was fun. We went to Lucy Beckham last year. We handed out the award just a couple months ago, and you kind of got a feel for how much it meant to the kids when they pick up that check.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we knew that they were trying really hard, the stuff they were submitting, their GPAs, but not until we actually got there and handed the check did we know for sure how much it meant, and it was really special.
Also, we had a Naval Academy last year, which was pretty awesome. Just each and every year, we're just finding more and more impressive kids, it seems like.
Yeah, I don't know how this class is going to outdo the last, but they continue to impress, and I have no doubt that this class will do the exact same.
Why do you do it each and every year?
We just want to give back. You know, we want to give back as much as we can, and this is a great opportunity for us to do that.
Thumbs Up guys presenting sponsors of our Scholar Athlete here on Friday Night Rivals.
We'll be right back with more from the Climate Makers Halftime Report.
At Climate Makers, we're more than experts in heating and cooling. We're family. For over 20 years, we've kept homes comfortable. Trust us with your family's comfort.
The truth is in the stars, and with Climate Makers, your comfort is our business.
There was a car driving so fast, and he hit me. A car not stopping at the stop sign T-boned me. I was overwhelmed, so I called the Thumbs Up guys. They make me feel secure. If you're hurt here in South Carolina, call the Thumbs Up guys.
We're those Thumbs Up guys.
Delta Force Athletics is the home of Delta Force All-Stars, Charleston's premier cheerleading and tumbling center. Our 10,000 square foot facility allows your child to discover their athletic ability, regardless of skill level. Now enrolling for after-school programs and recreational tumbling. Join us for half-year tryouts, Sunday, October 27th. Visit our website to sign up today. Delta Force Athletics. Don't miss your chance to join the Force.
In Charleston, success is worth celebrating. At All American Awards, we help you recognize excellence with custom awards and trophies that truly stand out. Everything from name badges and custom acrylics to sports awards. All American Awards makes it easy for you to honor your company or team's hard work and dedication with high-quality craftsmanship. Let All American Awards help you celebrate success. We are Charleston's choice for quality recognition.
We've been working with Jason Noble for several years.
Recently, when my husband got a layoff notice, we weren't sure if he was ready to retire, but we went to Jason and he said, yeah, you're ready, go for it.
Call today to get a clearer picture of your financial future.
Climate Makers, we're more than experts in heating and cooling. We're family. For over 20 years, we've kept homes comfortable. Trust us with your family's comfort.
The truth is in the stars, and with Climate Makers, your comfort is our business.
Welcome to the Climate Makers Halftime Report, where your comfort is our business.
Low Country fans, it's your favorite segment. We're giving you another opportunity to vote for tonight's Delta Force All-Stars Cheer of the Game. Make sure to go log on to abcnews4.com/poll and vote for either of tonight's cheer squads. Cast a vote for the Delta Force All-Stars Cheer of the Games. Those results will be shown later in the fourth quarter. We're going to show you the road squad, the Ashley Ridge Cheer Squad, and then Oceanside, just right after this first quick segment.
We'll be right back with more from the Climate Makers Halftime Report.
Climate Makers, we're more than experts in heating and cooling. We're family. For over 20 years, we've kept homes comfortable. Trust us with your family's comfort.
The truth is in the stars, and with Climate Makers, your comfort is our business.
These are our neighbors. When one of our neighbors needs help, we want to be there for them. We want everyone that comes to our office to leave satisfied. Then we know we did our job. If you were a loved one or injured in South Carolina, call us. We're those thumbs up guys.
No-cost tuition is available for 100+ programs at Trident Technical College. Learn from industry experts and get hands-on experience in labs and clinicals. In-person and online courses are available to suit your schedule and learning style. Get the skills employers are looking for with no student debt. Don't miss out on this opportunity. To take advantage of no-cost tuition, visit us at tridenttech.edu and enroll today.
When your project demands the best, turn to Sunbelt Rentals. 10 branches conveniently located in Charleston, Sunbelt Rentals helps you get things done with an expanded mix of tools and equipment. With over 14,000 pieces of equipment, expert advice, and reliable service, we help pros and DIYers tackle any job, big or small. Rent from Sunbelt Rentals, a company proud to be involved in the community and schools. Sunbelt Rentals, making it happen for our customers. Visit us today.
I've been working with Jason Noble for 8 years. As a result, I was able to retire early. I've referred him to several friends and family. I trust him tremendously.
Call today to get a clearer picture of your financial future.
Climate Makers, we're more than experts in heating and cooling. We're family. For over 20 years, we've kept homes comfortable. Trust us with your family's comfort.
The truth is in the stars, and with Climate Makers, your comfort is our business.
Welcome to the Climate Makers Halftime Report, where your comfort is our business.
It's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet. 28 unanswered from the Oceanside Land Sharks as they're up on the 5-0 Ashley Ridge Swamp Foxes as the Climate Makers halftime report rolls on. I think it's fair to say Scotty Eisberg and Webb Wright are going to have their fair share enough of highlights for tonight.
Yeah, and most of them right now, well, outside of that opening drive, as we take a look here, the opening touchdown by Ashley Ridge, they moved the ball down the field really with ease, no resistance from Oceanside. And then all of a sudden, Oceanside just said, not so fast, my friends. As you see the pick six here by the Land Sharks. That's as Ashley Ridge was driving to go up 14-0 in the first quarter. And ever since then, it's been nothing but Land Sharks. You mentioned it. They smell blood in the water, and they are attacking. Running the football, throwing the football, defensively, everything has been Oceanside's way. Plenty of highlights coming up at 11:05 with the recap show with Scotty and Webb.
An injury on the outside of Will Virgilia has allowed Peyton Shaw to get a spot start. 2 touchdowns for Agent Zero, Peyton Shaw. We saw Terrence Johnson on both sides of the football was a menace to society. Aiden Manavian as good as advertised, but the supporting staff has been as impressive for Oceanside as we take a look at our Southeastern Spine Institute stats update, helping hurt people of all ages get back to their active lives. Total yards, time of possession was quite active for both sidelines.
Not a big discrepancy in terms of total yards. Both teams moving the football, whether it be rushing, passing, both teams with turnovers. We talked about it pretty cleanly. Played first half in terms of penalties and then time possession. Definitely dominated there by Ashley Ridge.
I know. We think back about those turnovers. And mistake on our end is I want to make sure that we reestablish 2 turnovers for Ashley Ridge, none for Oceanside. You remember the pick six by Nate Sturm, and then obviously the fumble on that kick return that it resulted in another 7 points. The conversation as we look at time of possession, Manavian, so good.
Yes.
But if you're Ashley Ridge, how do you slow down this potent offense moving forward?
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you can't rush up the field. Yep. You have to let him come to you. So you want to kind of keep him in that pocket because he's shown he can make things happen if you get too aggressive with your rush up the field. So then throwing the football, really, they do a good job of finding those holes in the zone. Both teams do. Both quarterbacks have had some success. So, yeah, if you're Ashley Ridge, maybe also bring some pressure to see if you can disrupt this Oceanside offense that's clearly in sync right now.
See if they can get Jaden Nakasa and Trevor Kalish back in the end zone. When we come back, hopefully we'll have Jeff Tate, the head coach of the Ashley Ridge Swamp Foxes, with our main man, Trooper Bob. This is our final break of the Climate Makers halftime report. Don't go anywhere. 21-point lead for the Land Sharks.
We'll be right back with more from the Climate Makers halftime report.
Get the ABC News 4 app now. Instant alerts the second news breaks. Watch ABC News 4 anywhere. Download the ABC News 4 app now. Sponsored by the John Price Law Firm.
At Climate Makers, we're more than experts in heating and cooling. We're family. For over 20 years, we've kept homes comfortable. Trust us with your family's comfort.
The truth is in the stars, and with Climate Makers, your comfort is our business.
Delta Force Athletics is the home of Delta Force All-Stars, Charleston's premier cheerleading and tumbling center. Our 10,000 square foot facility allows your child to discover their athletic ability, regardless of skill level. Now enrolling for after-school programs and recreational tumbling. Join us for half-year tryouts, Sunday, October 27th. Visit our website to sign up today. Delta Force Athletics. Don't miss your chance to join the Force.
No-cost tuition is available for 100+ programs at Trident Technical College. Learn from industry experts and get hands-on experience in labs and clinicals. In-person and online courses are available to suit your schedule and learning style. Get the skills employers are looking for with no student debt. Don't miss out on this opportunity. To take advantage of no-cost tuition, visit us at tridenttech.edu and enroll today.
Welcome to Purpose Driven Athletics. We are dedicated to mentoring student athletes, helping them reach their athletic capabilities and academic goals. Our personalized approach improves your chances of getting into the college you want. Don't wait. Join Purpose Driven Athletics today. We will give you the mentorship and coaching you deserve. Learn more about us online at purposedrivenathletics.com. Let us help you reach your goals. Your future starts now with purpose-driven athletics.
At Climate Makers, we're more than experts in heating and cooling. We're family. For over 20 years, we've kept homes comfortable. Trust us with your family's comfort.
The truth is in the stars, and with Climate Makers, your comfort is our business.
You know, they might write songs about how perfect like nights are tonight as Knights companies. Friday Night Rival driven by Cruz Chevrolet continues into the second half. Oceanside with a 21-point lead, and we hear from the vet, really the State Hall of Famer, and Jeff Tate as he's down with our guy Trooper Bob.
Yeah, right. I'm down here on the sidelines with the coach. Coach, you had time to talk to your team at halftime. What was your message to them?
Well, one thing I want to convey to them is a 48-minute game. We had a 7-point lead. We turn it over, they take it back and score, and they get on an emotional roll, and we don't recover like we need to in that situation, and we kind of spiraled there for a while. But, you know, we could get on the emotional roll as well, and we're going to need to. We have a lot of self-inflicted wounds, and you know that comes from the fact that either it's a lack of focus or lack of ability, and I don't believe it's a lack of ability. I think we just had some mental breakdowns, and we got to do what we can to correct that. I think we've still got some plays out there offensively, and in defense, I think we play better as well. So, you know, it's just a matter of having enough pride to go back out there in the second half and get back in the game and try to find a way to, you know, get back in it and maybe come out on top.
Coach, appreciate your time. Best of luck in the second half. Thank you so much. There you heard it from the coach. We got a lot of football left. It's 28-7, but we'll see what happens in the second half. I'll send it back to you guys upstairs.
Well, if you're looking for a coach to build and find themselves in a 21-point comeback win, don't look any further. Jeff Tate, could you have said it any better, though? He's as good as it gets in the Low Country.
Well, don't forget, in that Week 2 win against Cane Bay, they were down, I believe it was 22-7 or 50 in that first half, and came back and won 42-29. That's a game where there was like 200-something plays ran. So they've been in this situation before, so no panic on that Ashley Ridge sideline. The first thing they must do, get a 3-and-out here and get the ball back to their offense.
I want to talk a little bit more about Coach Tate, but with not out shouting out Silas Gilliam, who was the guy that stripped that fumble loose in that first half. He makes a really heads-up play for coming up and taking care of that little pooch kick. Great field position for Oceanside as they'll take over at the 43.
Now, we talked about it in the open. One of the keys is Oceanside shortening the game. They're up by 3 touchdowns now. Let's see if they go more to a ground attack and kind of keep that clock moving.
Ball on the ground. Huge hit recovered by Ashley Ridge. Cole Anderson, the safety, comes up, picks it up, and a perfect start. Swamp Foxes.
We talked about it. Got to force turnovers, got to get the ball back. I said a 3-and-out, but a 1-and-out will do just fine for Coach Tate and the Swamp Foxes. A little bit of energy, a little pep in the step. The big made by, it looked like it was Dylan Polanski again.
Don't look any further. It was Dylan Polanski, the 5'11", 205-pound monster outside linebacker. He broke up a touchdown in the end zone in coverage. This time, he lays the boom. If they come back and get into this ballgame, think about the huge hit of Dylan Polanski. We told you, Coach Tate, he's been coaching for 44 years. Said 44, the best and most explosive athlete he's ever coached. Kalish goes to a bubble screen and finds Deweese.
Speaking of explosive, Deweese, yeah, I would seem to find him every single play, get him in open space, and make him let him make plays.
Get him the ball and get out of the way. Another bubble screen, a little bit of a low throw. This will be wrapped up, pushed out of bounds.
And a player like that, Jack, you want to hit him in stride. You don't want him to have to stop his momentum to come back or bend down. You hit him in stride, he can take it to the house.
Nice tackle by Johnson, but not before Acaso will pick up another first down. He feels critical. That first drive, they did it on the big shoulders of number 2. They got to get him involved.
And you see tempo here now, Jack. They're not even huddling up. They're going to speed this game up.
There's Johnson again. Meets you in the A gap. Gets there a little late. It's good for about a 6-yard pickup. Terrence Johnson. We talked about Nate Sturm. So many guys playing on both sides of the football. He's been so impressive tonight.
2nd and 5. Now here's where you want to take a shot here. You see at the bottom, you got those guys stacked. Let's see if they can get it over to Mr. Deweese.
Deweese and it's Paku. Oh, look at Deweese, a block on the outside. It frees up Paku. Neve Paku, they kind of and use Deweese on the outside as a decoy. And a nice screen that'll take Ashley Ridge into the Rapid Repairs red zone.
Look at that block there. That's when you're a complete player. Not only is he an excellent player with the ball in his hands, he does not mind blocking for his teammate.
Go back to the ground this time. Mike Jones misses on a tackle, and Acosta takes it into the 4. This is that balance that we were really expecting to see and saw on that first drive.
Yeah, and ever since then, it kind of went away. So clearly, it's all about the first drives, and we talked about it. No panic on that Ashley Ridge side because they've been here before. Let's see if they can punch this in on this opening drive.
Back up temper. Kalish will keep. A nice tackle on the outside. Man, do I love watching this kid play. Grayson Freeling, we mentioned big bro Monroe Freeling at Georgia, the 4-star tackle. How about biggest bro Tristan Freeling, a stud hooper at Queens College, and now Grayson, the little bro, might be the best athlete of the group, makes a huge touchdown saving tackle. Say his name once, say it again. He's met in the A-gap. That's Cale Gilchristen on the tackle to save a tackle as well.
Yeah, right now it's third down. It's just man on man. This is where the size of Ashley Ridge should come into play. Get those pads lower than the defense, push back, let your backs walk into the end zone.
You know what's interesting? They're actually spotting this as a first down. Let's see if it'll matter. Acosta on the ground. We await an announcement. Down to the 1. So that ball placed on the 11-yard line ends up being really critical, as that could have been a 4th and short stop. Instead, first down moves the chain, as they only needed to get to the yard to gain, being the 1 fresh set of downs for Ashley Ridge.
In this situation here, look for the fake to the tailback and maybe the quarterback with the keeper around the edge.
Kalish play action, falling forward, lunging forward. We await, and Kalish uses all 215 pounds of that ball in for a Trident Technical College touchdown. Lead, come back to 2 scores.
Yeah, I thought he would pull it out and test the edge, but no, he said, hey, you be my lead blocker, escort me to the end zone. Touchdown for the Swamp Foxes, the 2nd time tonight.
Zion Spivey out, looking to make this a 14-point deficit. Could we have drawn up a better start for Ashley Ridge to start the second half, though?
But now the kicker is they're going to have to continue that on the defensive end, still trailing by 2 scores, and we know that Oceanside, they're going to have an answer.
Oh, PAT from our angle was really sent over that right post. Deficit to 14, 9:30 to go to the third of the second quarter. We told you it ain't going nowhere. 8R, the 5A foe, looking to make a big comeback and ruin a big-time home win for the Land Sharks.
You've got a friend in the car business.
No payments for 2025? At Cruise Chevy on Rivers, choose your new Chevy or certified pre-owned. Have no payment till next year with approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at cruisechevrolet.com.
Ever wonder what it's like to work at Knight's Companies? It's more than just a job, it's family. Here, you're not just another employee, you're a valued member of a team dedicated to excellence and innovation in concrete construction. We're united by our passion for building the future together. Join us at Knight's Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build.
You've got a friend in the car business.
New Chevy trucks and SUVs, no payment till 2025. Certified pre-owned and used vehicles, no payment till next year with approved credit. Details at cruisechevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
28-14 Oceanside with 9:30 to go to the third quarter. Tonight's Company's Friday Night Rattles driven by Cruise Chevrolet. No scissor lift tonight being in the D1 building, but gotta show some love to Sunbelt Rentals. I know our main man and high camera guy, Tim Fennell's up there. I'm sure he misses our scissor lift.
There he is.
Sunbelt Rental provides all year, but he seems like he's doing okay up there.
Yeah, I talked to him before the game, hanging out in the Altman Athletic Center. So, yeah, especially on a night like tonight, I don't know if I'd want to be in the scissors, but Tim, obviously, with the best end zone shots. Look at that gorgeous building there. That's free publicity. We need to send Citadel Sports like a bill for that. That's a good shot. Look at that shot.
We called it the Cathedral in the Open. As a little guy coming and watching games here with my pops, I really did think it was a castle.
Yeah.
Getting to watch those old Citadel football teams, they played like it. But They should, right? Well, what's the invoice? Where do we send the address?
The return payment needs to be either my house or your house. But obviously, Maurice Drayton, a low country native, standout at Berkeley, leading this football program and doing an outstanding job.
For another little pooch kick, fielded around the 30. Great special teams efforts from Ashley Ridge is all of a sudden, fair to say, whatever Jeff Tate said at halftime, it looks like they've ramped up the energy a bit here in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. I would imagine that halftime talk was, well, let's just say very encouraging. Encouraging would be the word that we like to use as a, someone who coaches or coached in the past. It's just encouraging words.
Well, he didn't give us a whole lot of time to brag on him, but Jeff Tate, who actually coached at his alma mater, it was his last stop before here at Ashley Ridge, 15 seasons at Wren High School, where he did graduate, winning a state championship at the 4A level back in 2018, the last year they played those games, actually at Williams-Brice. Truly a legend, and getting off to a 3-0 start as Monavian's going to kick and find his man outside. It's Jake Thomas. That's a huge hit. Look at 21. That's Steven Jefferson on the outside. Jaquan Simmons on the outside with a big hit. Looks like we've got a late yellow hanky as this play might be coming back.
Just a safe pass there. Nothing fancy, just trying to maybe catch that defense slipping. You're right, Simmons in the right place. The call is against Oceanside. And after what seemed like a very lethargic quarter and a half of that first half for Ashley Ridge, offensively and defensively, as we've seen, this game has been a game of momentums. Ashley Ridge struck first, then it's been all Cane Bay. Now, momentum back on the side of the Swamp Foxes.
And forgive me at home on the miss idea. I credit that tackle to Steven Jefferson. It was Jaquan Simmons. Strictly on formation, we've seen Jaquan Simmons really at safety. They got him pressed up in press coverage right now in the second half. Little chestnut checkers, that's been their adjustment so far.
Well, you got to get your best players on their best players.
Yep.
So challenge him on the outside.
Oh, man. They bring the blitz. Markel Moore was coming right at Monavian. What's Monavian do? Like a savvy vet, he throws right at the blitz. Tyler Garner, the catch after CD says, talk your talk, to gain for about 27.
Wow. Hit him in stride. We talk about that. When you hit your guy in stride, as you see him, just a skinny slant right there. What's important is you allow your guy to get yards after the catch. When you don't throw it behind him. And that is right on the money. And what a move here. Slip, slide, whoop, 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 and just make a move down the sideline. Big play for Oceanside.
Since slip, slide, let him provide. Central Michigan and Miami of Ohio, the first two Division I offensive aid Monavian, that's a D1 throw. It's going to be a whole lot more for number 10. As you can see, point receivers downfield. Again, the game looks like it's in slow motion.
Yeah, it's like he's playing a video game. No pressure. You don't see any panic. Kept his head up the field, not even looking to run. That's one where maybe you wave your wide receivers down. There's nobody on this back end. Just throw it as long as you don't underthrow it. Worst case scenario, it's an incomplete pass. But with the speed of his receivers, some of it can run under it if you can put some air under the pass.
He was looking for Kyle Baldwin on the outside. Great coverage again from Jaquan Simmons. Empty backfield, quick slant. They've looked forward. It appears yet again. How much fun has Peyton Shaw been tonight? The toughness across the middle to hold on for a first down.
But he literally is out there pitching the catch. It's almost like he's, what do they call it, 7-on-7 drills? There's no lineman. He's just simply taking his time, look again, surveying the field, working left to right, coming back and hitting his target.
And again, we've seen another defensive sub come in. Bam DeWeese, who we saw all over the offensive side, guy that doesn't play a lot of defense, starting on the defensive side of the ball in the second half. He makes the tackle as it looks like Monavian going to be sacked. No, he won't. Flipping downfield, and looks like he almost finds his man, Gavin Welch. He throws a dart. Great coverage downfield by Patrick O'Neill. Across his body.
Jack, if he had completed that pass, he would not have been little Baker Mayfield. He would have been Baker. Look at this. He spins out of the tackle, again, keeping his head up. And that is a throw on the run that almost was a completion. He literally is playing, looks like sandlot football out there and making plays happen.
Patrick O'Neill, we talked to Jaquan Simmons. He's usually playing that strong safety spot. This time they're dropping Patrick O'Neill in that safety spot. He's a converted wide receiver. You can see great ball skills as he almost tracks down an interception. You can see jockeying for position between he and Gavin Welch, but a lot of adjustments on the defensive side of the ball as you can kind of see Ashley Ridge trying to figure out a way to slow down number 10. Movement in the backfield. This is, oh man, every time this kid touches the football, Terrence Johnson running with a full head of steam is met by Bam DeWeese, stood up, but out before a 9-yard carry. As goodness gracious, Terrence Johnson slow to his feet as it looks like he is in some pain.
Let's hope it's just a cramp, a Charlie horse, which means got to get our pickle juice out for that young man. But as you can see, I like the way he runs, but he runs so high. You know, he's got to get low, run behind his pads. He's almost like straight up in the air, asking for trouble, but he runs hard. Yeah, just a little cramp here. Just get the water bottle with the pickle juice, and Mr. Johnson be back on his feet before you know it.
Man, I was really worried. It was a great tackle by Bam DeWeese to stand him up at that first down marker, but the way that he got table-topped on top of him, I was a little bit concerned as Terrence Johnson, who we've seen all over the gridiron tonight, looks like he's working through a cramp. Hopefully he'll be able to get back out there.
You can see he's just physically talented running back. Once he really learns the ins and outs, like covering that ball up in the traffic and not, waving it like a loaf of bread, and again, getting a little lower. You don't want to leave yourself so exposed to where someone could put a helmet on the football or, a helmet right there in the chest. So he'll be fine. But yeah, he's got to cover it up, be a little stronger with the football, because as you can see, he is a monster.
Still, that right calf looks like it's really cramped up still. With the sucker punch pickle juice. Fan of the game, make sure to hook up big number 4, but just a junior, right? And they've got the sophomore in the backfield, a young running back crew, and this is a school that has sent close to 3 Division I running backs in just its 8-year existence, the last being in the American Conference at UNC Charlotte.
Yeah, don't forget Vaughn Blue. Vaughn is...
Stud. He ends up at Liberty under Jamie Chadwell's system. It gives a stud. And even back to pass this time. Just a dart. The A.J. Zarzaka on the outside.
Like, that window is so small that he's thrown into, and he is pinpoint precision. I mean, he's literally hitting these guys in stride. I am very impressed with this passing game of Oceanside tonight, obviously led by the quarterback.
Excuse me, you have to forgive me again. They use Zarzaka, the linebacker, as a decoy as he cuts up underneath. Hey, forgive me, we're up high. Those blue numbers on the black jerseys are close, 5'6". Math is hard for me, as that was Gavin Welch coming down with that tough, gritty play across the middle of the field.
You want to give Miss Welch your email address so that she can email
Miss Welch, your son is a stud. We've bragged about him all night. One mistake. I'm sorry. How about the screen? Too busy? Let's go. Gavin Gaspar, your scholar athlete, the stud. Trident Technical College touchdown. Your future, your college, a little hobbled. But how about 6 for 8? Gaspar takes it to the crib, extends the lead back to 3 scores.
He ran so fast, he ran himself into a Charlie horse, and his calf muscles, you can see here, came up limping. But, yeah, another pitch and catch, a simple, easy completion. Gaspar able to take it to the house. What a drive. What a responding drive to the score by Ashley Ridge by Oceanside.
Sturm awaiting the PAT. He'll fire. Splits them 35-14. Response from Monavian.
Kid is just a flat-out baller. Nothing fancy. Just hit your guy. Get him going up the field. Don't throw it behind him. Oceanside back on top.
We help people who've been hurt, period. We want everyone that comes to our office to leave satisfied. Then we know we did our job. If you were a loved one or injured in South Carolina, call us. We're those thumbs up guys.
Welcome to Purpose Driven Athletics. We are dedicated to mentoring student athletes, helping them reach their athletic capabilities and academic goals. Our personalized approach improves your chances of getting into the college you want. Don't wait. Join Purpose Driven Athletics today. We will give you the mentorship and coaching you deserve. Learn more about us online at purposedrivenathletics.com. Let us help you reach your goals. Your future starts now with Purpose Driven Athletics.
I've been working with Jason Noble since he was referred by a friend. He's helped me so much on my retirement journey that now I have no financial worries at all.
Call today to get a clearer picture of your financial future.
35-14 live here from Johnson Haygood Stadium. It's tonight's company's Finette Rivals driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Knights Companies, Crew Chevrolet, they're getting their money's worth. As we are watching maybe the next great quarterback to come out of the Low Country, we've seen some good ones this year, folks. We'll continue to see some incredible ones, but you better not have the conversation without the sophomore from Oceanside Collegiate.
I mean, you talk about driving by Crew Chevrolet. Both of these teams offensively have gone on some very impressive scoring drives. Unfortunately for Ashley Ridge, Oceanside's been on a few more, and it's all been behind the arm and the leg of the quarterback, Mr. Monavian.
Jalen Drayton extending the play. It's about an 80-yard run that'll go for about 24 as he takes it sideline to sideline. Get that guy an oxygen mask and quickly back on the field as the pooch kick becoming popular here in the second half. And a really nice return from Drayton as Ashley Ridge will start in Oceanside territory.
Teams executing that kind of short kick, not allowing them either team to set up their kickoff return. So you're right, that's a lot of running for some yards. But now, fortunately for the Swamp Foxes, they'll start in Land Shark territory.
7:01 to go to the third quarter. A lot of time, but looking to make a response. They go back to Spivey, little hitch and go, about an 18-yard pickup, and now all of a sudden Trevor Kalish is rolling as we'll kick it down to Trooper Bob to see if he's got any intel for us.
I'm down here with Marjorie on the sidelines with the cheerleaders. I'll tell you, I noticed something right before halftime. They had the little ones here. They were mentoring. It was so cool as they walked out. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so every year we do a junior land shark clinic for the girls 1st through 8th grade, and we teach them stunting, we do some gymnastics, we teach them sidelines, cheers, and stunt, and then we get a routine together for them so that they can come at a halftime performance at a home game, and they can perform it for their friends and family. And this is a little piece of what we did at the clinic today, and they can show you a cheer right now.
I always say today's youth is tomorrow's leaders. You guys, you're doing a great job. How about take us out with a cheer?
Yes, right now. Let's go. Let's go, Sharks! G-O! G-O! Let's go, Sharks! G-O! G-O! Let's go, Sharks!
Delta Force All-Stars cheer brought to you by Oceanside. Not much to cheer about as we've missed a touchdown potentially. We're going to spot the ball short as it looked like from upstairs Jaden Acosta had enough for 6. We appreciate Trooper Bob and that intel is, again, maybe not the best timing just because Oceanside cheerleaders have had a lot to cheer about tonight on the edge of their seats as Ashley Ridge continues to drive. They go back to the ground. Acosta bounces it to the outside. He's met by a flurry of black helmets. He fights his way into the end zone, but hold your horses. Looks like we got a hold.
Yes, indeed. I was about to say, and a very impressive run by Acosta, literally carrying the defense on his back, but all for naught, as the holding penalty will negate the touchdown run. And I was going to mention, Jack, on that particular handoff, the defense is keen on Acosta. So that's a situation where maybe you pull that out at the last second and take off around the edge because they're definitely keen on Acosta.
We've seen that designed RPO. Is that a play where even if it's, hey, this is a halfback counter, can Kalish pull it the last second?
I think he can. Because they're crashing down so hard.
He's a junior. He played the position a year ago. He's got that experience, sees the field so well. Looking to cash in on 6. They fake the bubble screen. Rolling out to his left, looking for a man on the back pylon, and he'll throw it away innocently.
Smart play. Live for 3rd down. Don't try to force the issue.
Feels like down 3 scores. 5:41 to go in the third quarter. Feels like 4-down territory.
Yeah.
Is this play to set up maybe a 4th and manageable?
Absolutely. Especially when you consider how well Oceanside has been moving the football. They could go on a long extended drive. So, yeah, this definitely, you have 2 plays to pick up 12 yards.
3rd and 11. Pair of receivers at the top, pair of receivers at the bottom. Acosta in the backfield. Snap clean, looking for a man in the end zone. Having to move the pocket. He's got some room in front of it, finds his man. Only about a 2-yard pickup as it looks like it's going to be a catch as Neve Paku is going to fall out of bounds. About 4th and 7 and need a score to continue the drive.
And good job by that Oceanside defense there. Brent LaPrade drawing up a play, keeping everything in front, making them find somewhere, had everyone covered, had to take the dump off there for only 2 yards. Now 4th down coming up for the Swamp Foxes.
Looks like after deliberation, they're going to say that Paku, you saw him bobble it out of bounds. Great camera look upstairs from our crew.
It's got to be something quick here. You can't really scramble. Maybe that slot guy at the top.
It's Spivey at the top. DeWeese is at the bottom of the screen by himself. Pocket collapsing's got to roll out. It's a Hail Mary into the end zone. It's going to be underthrown. Bend, don't break, and the Landshark defense gets another stop in the rapid repair red zone.
Yeah, like we talked about, that had to be a quick hitter and give your guys a chance to maybe make a play. The longer that play took, Brent LaPrade and his defense once again comes up with a huge stop here against the Swamp Foxes.
It's felt like, especially early on, when they get into that red zone, the field gets a little bit tighter. That's when OCA's almost gotten a little bit better. Or that speed has made things a little suffocating for that AR defense. The second stop on 4th down at around the 10-yard line. Think about that penalty, though, on 2nd and short that took back the Acosta touchdown.
Definitely huge to negate that 7 points that they had on the board. And now you have to worry about time. What you don't want is to allow Oceanside to go on a long drive that takes a lot of this time off the clock.
Polanski meets O'Connor in the A-gap, stops him for about a gain of 4. We obviously saw the fumble and then an immediate touchdown. But this feels like a huge moment where maybe Polanski can cause another big play. Been T.J. Watt-esque where at the NFL level it feels like Watt's in the backfield every down. Polanski's been that kind of guy. There's no accident that Oceanside's running away from it. Feels like at free will.
Well, they got to get the ball back if you're Ashley Ridge. So you have to force some type of turnover. 3 possessions down, so you got to get the ball back, be able to score quickly. So right now, no accident that Oceanside just taking their time.
Oh, Mario Pringle had a sack wrapped up. Looked like a Christmas gift, and all of a sudden Aben said, now you see me, now you don't, Magic Man. He's able to scamper out of bounds and make it 3rd and 2 instead of what it looked like 3rd and about 20.
That has to be so frustrating for a defender. You getting excited, you think you're about to get a sack, and whoop, whoop, he just slides right out. He escapes. We've seen that a lot tonight, escaping sacks, extending the play, and making something happen. Now a more manageable 3rd and short for Oceanside.
Connor in the backfield with him, trips receivers at the top of the screen. Play action, drops back to pass. He's got his man, and the first missed throw of the night. He was looking for Kyle Baldwin on a go route. 3rd and short. Maybe it's an attempt to keep the offense on the field, but that's the first time we've seen Manavian miss a guy all night.
Yeah. He had to take just a little bit off of that one. He had his guy open, but just couldn't connect. No way, Jack. As well as your defense is playing, you just punt this away, and you play field possession.
3-score lead, too. They trick me every time with the formation. They've only run it every single punt. You think I'd get with the times.
It's not just because I said no way. Watch them snap it to the up guy, and he takes off around the corner.
This start will indeed fire away where DeWeese will fair catch at about the 48. Great coverage by Titus Gilliam. And that's where, obviously, Trevor Kalish and National Ridge offense will take over. That's a huge 3-and-out if you're that AR defense.
And on top of that, the 3rd down was an incomplete pass, so that stopped the clock. 28 left, so didn't really lose a lot of time. Still plenty of time to make things happen here if you're Ashley Ridge offensively. If you're the Oceanside defense, just continue doing what you do.
But if you're interim coach John Patterson, don't you love the trust in allowing the kid on 3rd and short to air it out? I mean, if he hits his guy, it's 42-14.
Correct.
Ashley Ridge will go back to Acosta, 5-yard pickup.
And if you're Ashley Ridge, your mentality's got to be, hey, let's get one more touchdown here before the end of the 3rd quarter. Cut it to 2 touchdown deficit going into the 4th. That'll give us a chance, but it's urgent for the Swamp Foxes. They got to get some points here before the 3rd quarter ends.
Paku on the outside. Oh, brother. We said it a ton in the first half. What a hit from Michael Strickler. The sophomore DB has played incredible press coverage all night long.
That's a tough name, Strickler. Not to be confused with Strikler. As he comes up and makes that tackle. Open fields, we all know it's no easy task getting these wide receivers of Ashley Ridge down on the ground, especially in the open field. Great tackle by Stickler.
I've seen a lot of bubble screens from Ashley Ridge tonight. This is where you miss the downfield presence of a guy like Derek Sally, an all-time great. As we see a little hitch and go. Oceanside doesn't bite, and they'll have to throw it away, as this could be a costly penalty.
Yeah.
That was number 17, Travis Anderson, the senior D end, wrapping up and throwing, and it looks like it will be a roughing the passer, thus giving an automatic first down to Ashley Ridge.
Yeah, and that's a coaching moment there. Obviously, he did not want to commit the penalty. At that situation, though, when you hear that whistle, you got to let him go, and he kind of threw him down. Roughing the passer, huge, because that's an automatic first down.
You be the judge. Puts a great swim move on the outside on right tackle Zarian Holmes, who's been fantastic tonight. You can see at the top of your screen. Initial contact when he's still got the ball in his hand, but it almost looks like that whipping action is what forced the yellow hanky.
I'm not so sure on that one. That could have been a 50-50, but needless to say, I'm sure he won't make that mistake going forward the rest of the season.
Penalty ensues, and that's I almost said costly turnover as that ball tip drill. Grayson Frailing coming up from the secondary and almost deflecting a ball right into the hands of Strickler for what would have been the third AR turnover.
Yeah, also Nate Stern there on the attack, and I got to tell you, as a defensive guy, being able to yell Oski, that's the best feeling in the world. That means you can turn, you can hunt anybody on the other team, but unfortunately for the Land Sharks, not able to come up with the INT.
There's another screen, DeWeese and Mike Jones with a great backside pursuit to make sure DeWeese had nowhere to go.
Jones has been all over the field, which is very impressive considering his size. He's a big dude, but he can run. He's very light on his feet. He's making plays. Look at him just not give up on this play, come from behind, and where are you going, sir?
3rd and 8. Kalish looking for a man downfield. He'll check it down. Paku wrapped up on the outside. So disciplined has the tackling been, as that was the outside linebacker, A.J. Zarzaka, the senior, with a nice 3rd down tackle to force 4th and 9.
It's all about not overrunning the play and breaking down and not allowing the guy to make a move to beat you. So a good job you mentioning, good discipline. You know, you just kind of holding them up until the rest of your teammates can flow to the football. So it's kind of like in basketball, man-to-man defense. You know, close-out drill, you got to break down that we can go left or right. Good defensive principles there.
Coming untouched, and great play. 4th down, does he have enough? How about the second effort?
The balance.
Neve Paku looked like he was going to be tackled about 6 yards short. Sprinting through the A-gap was Cale Gilchrist. The second effort of not only Kalish, but of Paku to pick up a huge first down.
That's a huge throw. And you talk about good balance there. Puts the hand down, does not allow his knee to touch, and lunge forward. That second effort keeps the drive going.
This is where, in our opinion, upstairs, this is where Ashley Ridge, when they pick up the tempo similar to Oceanside offensively, all of a sudden you can see that offensive line starting to get a little bit of late life and imposing their will up front.
Yeah, the big boys are now starting to breathe heavy, which means they got that blood flowing. They're feeling good. The tempo, again, for Ashley Ridge, they should just stay in a 2-minute offense because that's where they have all of their success.
It's a minute 34, and wisely, those big boys up front breathing heavy. John Patterson notices, and we'll call a timeout with a minute and a half to go in the 3rd quarter.
All about that effort, Jack. And it just shows the will of these kids. Both teams playing hard. You know, they work hard all summer. Those summer workouts and weight room and running the stadium and all. Those plays pay off, and you are able to make that type of play on that big 4th down because of what you did during the summer.
Neve Paku, senior, 6 foot, 205 pounds, using all of that length to pick up the first down. Maybe that's the highlight that gets him back in the game that we'll see on tonight at 11:05. Scott Eisberg, Webb Wright, the best in the business when it comes to covering low country sports. Go give a watch.
Talk about working out during the summer. The promo for Friday Night Rivals, that is classic. With the cameraman going through the drills, nicely done by our team, and obviously all our camera guys that help us here on Friday Night Rivals, producers, guys in the truck, just everybody. We greatly appreciate it because without them, there'd be no us.
And two, when you think about all of the pieces involved, Mother Nature playing its role. This game was initially supposed to be played up the street at Charleston Southern. Our crew busting their tail last second to make sure that we were ready to go here at Johnson Haygood. So thankful for them. As down 3 scores, second and short, Ashley Ridge going to be thankful for that Pacou first down. They go back to the outside as this kid, Jagger Spivey, just a sophomore, quite the connection with Trevor Kalish, as that's good enough for Mr. Sparky first down.
Nice job there. You're right. That guy, he's got moves like Jagger. He was trying to get into the end zone, Jagger Spivey. Couldn't quite get there, but more importantly, a first down in the red zone, Mr. Sparky and Ashley Ridge.
And Acosta close yet again. This time he'll extend out and pick up his second touchdown of the game. Ashley within 2 scores. The offensive red zone much more efficient and much needed on a nice little counter run from Jaden Acosta.
Words of the late, great rapper DMX, here we go again. Ashley Ridge getting into the end zone. I said it, they got to be down by 2 touchdowns going into the fourth quarter. Now still 1:18 left, but there is life in Swap Funk's land.
Our 90s rap knowledge has been on point tonight, like both of these offense. Field goes up, splits the uprise as the kickers remain PATs. Who needs field goals when you can go get 6? Never a doubt. Acosta, after the penalty, reversed it on the last try. This time,
don't go anywhere. I got a feeling this one could go down to the wire.
And two, I'm so glad that we were able to get that quick shot, as you saw Jeff Tate having a conversation with Jaden Acosta. A lot of our conversation, and we talked about it in the Sun Belt Rentals, look at those offensive linemen. The senior leadership group, as Jeff Tate was able to come down in just his second season at Ashley Ridge, like, boys, I need you to pick these guys up and put them on your back. Jeff Tate's right-hand man, the offensive line coach, Jeff Haskins, he's been with Coach Tate for the last 17 seasons.
Dude, look, those aren't even grown men. Those are like Bryce Lawhorn. That's a dude that should be playing on Sundays now. I mean, you talked about 4 or 5 guys over 300 pounds. There are many college teams in this country that don't have 5 guys over 300 pounds on the front line.
I'm glad that you said that, E. I can't believe I didn't go third quarters with hitting you with my favorite stat. Looks like this kick's going to roll out of bounds, shaken to his feet. It's number 17, Steven Jefferson, on that far sideline. Obviously, that kick not going the distance. Oceanside will take over at around the 40. You mentioned some colleges not even that size. From left to right, Bryce Lawhorn, 6'7", 330. Cody Pearson at left guard, 6'5", 315.
Okay.
Blaine Wilson, the center, 6'4", 315.
All right.
Right guard, Ethan House, quick as a cat. Only 5'10", 265.
Yeah, only.
Right? Biggest guard that we've seen all season. And then at right end, Holmes, 6'5", 305.
Yeah.
Average size, larger than the home squad, the Citadel Bulldogs up front. They're starting offensive line.
Yeah, I'm not great at math, but that's about 1,500 pounds on that front line between those 5. Yeah, those are some big boys.
Now all of a sudden, can that defensive line slow down the rushing attack of Oceanside, as we saw at will linebacker Mario Pringle make a nice tackle after just about a gain of 1.
And now if you're Oceanside, you can't be in prevent mode. You can't try to just run this clock out. You have to continue to be as aggressive as you were when you built that commanding lead. Now's not the time to be very conservative.
Slowing the game down, though, is play clock at 20, game clock at 50. Pair of receivers and a tight end H-back at the top of your screen. Manavian finds that tight end. It's number 12, Kyle Baldwin. And how about this booming hit? Jaquan Simmons has been the name that we've said feels like every snap this second half.
That man wears 21. He looks like the late, great Sean Taylor coming up laying the boom on wide receivers. Simmons has been all over the field tonight. A big third down coming up. Let's see if Oceanside will elect to run one more play before this quarter ends.
Game clock at about 10. Play clock at about 15. Maybe they try to get him to jump off sides as you've got an empty backfield. Peyton Shaw in motion at the top, and it appears Oceanside will let the clock dwindle.
Oh, boy, Jack, I got a feeling this fourth quarter is going to be as they say in the R&B world, off the chain.
See, I was going Phil Collins. There's something in the air tonight. A storm is brewing. Mother Nature said so. So did both these ball clubs. 35-21. Offensive powerhouses on display. Throw your fours up. Knights Company's Finance Rattles your Cruise Chevrolet. We've got 12 more to go.
What do we got?
Code 27, freezer failure.
Sounds like a cold case.
The freezer's not freezing, and Timmy's party's today.
What's with the igloo?
Can't have a pool party without popsicles, right, honey?
I'll check the breaker.
Here's your problem. Fried circuit.
Best not to overload your outlets.
All set.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
You only have one back, and I believe you should go to the very best.
And the state-of-the-art procedure that they use, it's so non-invasive.
That's all I needed was an injection, and it's been several months and I've been pain-free.
When we got there and we saw so many people, I'm thinking to myself, this must be the answer.
In pain, we have everything you need under one roof. Make your own appointment at southeasternspine.com. No referral is needed.
When your project demands the best, turn to Sunbelt Rentals. 10 branches conveniently located in Charleston, Sunbelt Rentals helps you get things done with an expanded mix of tools and equipment. With over 14,000 pieces of equipment, expert advice, and reliable service, we help pros and DIYers tackle any job, big or small. Rent from Sunbelt Rentals, a company proud to be involved in the community and schools. Sunbelt Rentals, making it happen for our customers. Visit us today.
Knights Company's Finance Rattles driven by Cruise Chevrolet. We'll get the quick stuff out of the way. Oceanside leaves 35-21. We're going to give you the results from Delta Force All-Stars Cheer of the Night. This is what you've been waiting for, folks. Ashley Ridge with a huge lead, and we always talk about how the visitors usually win this battle. A resounding comeback win. 78% of the vote tonight.
Wow.
Big one. We say thank you to Delta Force All-Stars Cheer of the game. Oceanside with a big win.
It clearly was the interview Trooper Bob did in the third quarter.
Then they got the cheer in. It actually resulted in a stop for the Oceanside defense. So Trooper Bob, that cheer coach, the cheerleaders, I think they get credited with a stop, as Aiden Manavian is going to get credited with, it appears, another first down conversion. He finds his slot receiver, number 16, Tyler Garner, and we'll move those chains.
That's what we need to do, Jack. We need to find us an intern that could be our on-site stat person, because I'd be interested to know how many yards he's thrown for today. I mean, he has been on point. He has passed the ball with purpose. He is driven to lead this team to victory. And speaking of that, that was a purposely driven first down.
Don't you love it?
The timing, it just works.
Oh. I'll tell you what else has worked. Aiden Manavian at the quarterback position for the last year and counting. A state championship, 10-2, 4-0 in region, for beating rival Gray Collegiate in the championship. This time they keep it on the ground. Rumbling, stumbling for about 16 is James O'Connor.
Yeah, James O'Connor doing his best impersonation of Mike Allstott with the run up the middle. Give credit to the offensive line. Look at that block from Oceanside's
Who'd you think
big
it was?
number 7. Go ahead, hit him.
Mike Jones.
Opening up massive holes for his back to be able to rumble and stumble up the middle for a first down. Nice run by James O'Connor.
Keep wanting to say Pitt legend, Arizona Cardinal running back James Conner. I like that we slipped the O in, but James O'Connor, a really, really impressive player for the Oceanside Collegiate reigning state championship baseball team as well. Big physical kid at 6 foot 195, just a sophomore. I don't know what is in the water up at Oceanside. Where did they find all these sophomores? His class between he and Manavian. We talk about Trident in your future, your college. I'm investing in that backfield's future.
Well, and it's like, you have options. You know, you got O'Connor. Obviously, you have the other running back from earlier, Terrence Johnson, doing a great job as well. So it's like a two-headed monster. Both of them very similar in their running style in terms of running angry and aggressive. And then, of course, well, just that quarterback, you got Baker Mayfield back there that just can either hand it off, take off, do what he wants to do. So, yeah, this is a well-oiled machine right now offensively for Oceanside.
Manavian is 10 for 18 for $172, 172 yards. Those stats brought to you by Southeastern Spine Institute. As we have a penalty flag, but I believe we might have a little bit of an injury update. We'll take it down to Trooper Bob.
All right, I spoke to Mark Myers, athletic director for Oceanside. He tells me number 84 has a little tendonitis in his elbow, but he is still good to go, still ready to play for this fourth quarter. So that's some good news here on the sidelines.
Man, great work by Trooper Bob and obviously your athletic director, Mark Myers, for filling us in. Sawyer Arnold, who's been so stout in that run defense, that defensive end spot, he's played all over. Glad to know that he'll be back out there, hopefully, for Oceanside fans after another score. 3rd and long, big play, Manavian. Oh, how about Bam DeWeese? Offense, special teams, and out on the defensive side of the ball in the second half. If they're going to get back in this game, that was a must-stop on 4th down. Great deflection.
Yeah, DeWeese is getting his Travis Hunter on tonight. Bam Bam has been doing it offensively, defensively. A big stop on 3rd down, able to break up this what would have been a 1st down run, or I should say completion for the Land Sharks. So a big play by Bam. Bam trying to do everything himself to will his team to victory.
Ball currently spotted. It looks to be the 32-yard line. That'd be a 49-yard field goal for Nate Stern. 3rd and 7, and a conversation between John Patterson. As it appears, it looks like he's going to keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, 4th down. A big play here coming up for the Swamp Fox defense.
Play clock at 20. Game clock at 9:26. Stopped after the incompletion. Looks like a stack formation. Big play in this one. Can Asher Ridge force the ball back? He's looking for his man, and he's down. 8-9. Titus Gilliam. Did he find the pylon or did he step out of bounds? Really doesn't matter because this kid continues to execute on every big-time play.
Look at this throw. I mean, he could not throw it anywhere else and allow it to be a completion, and he squeezes that in right along the sideline. And for, I mean, I'm speaking for, again, this guy is a sophomore and started out on the JV team last year playing in the secondary.
They knew he would be the guy, Edward Reinbach, a 3-year leader, captain at the position, and that could be the nail in the coffin. Leading by 2 scores, 4th and 7, and Manavian drops it in the bucket.
I mean, you got people here at Oceanside holding up signs saying Sam Hartman, who? That guy's in the NFL.
Manavian, Oceanside, right after this short break.
You've got a friend in the car business. And you can have no payments till 2025. New Chevys and used cars too. Now at Cruise Chevy on Rivers, no payment till 2025 with approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at cruisechevrolet.com.
At Knights Companies, we're not just in the business of concrete. We're in the business of building relationships. For over 3 generations, our family has proudly served our communities. Join us at Knights Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build. Knights Companies, excellence in concrete, built on family values.
You've got a friend in the car business. No payment for 2025 at Cruise Chevy on Rivers. Choose your new Chevy or certified pre-owned and have no payment till next year with approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at cruisechevrolet.com.
Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet. If you're just joining us, it's a 2-touchdown lead held by the Land Sharks and a massive 4th down conversion. Words is the business for us upstairs. I said really like 6 times because I couldn't believe what I just saw. Calm, cool, collected, the composure out of the stellar sophomore. We talked about it in between the break. He's just been as good as we've seen.
I mean, that's a tough throw on first down or second down, but knowing that it's fourth down, if you don't, you give the ball back to what has been a red-hot Ashley Ridge offense here, and he made that throw look like just a normal swing pass. So, yes, very impressed with Mr. Manavini. Manavan.
You've been calling him Baker.
I've been calling him Baker all that, and I forgot his real name. But honestly, just doing a great job tonight, making every throw that needs to be made to propel his team to victory.
The kids absolutely pepper the ball all over the field. Are we going wing T now? I mean, why not?
Of course, you're going to give it to number 4 right here. You let Terrence Johnson go over the left side.
That's Gilchrist, O'Connor, and Johnson in the backfield. Little wishbone, 2 blockers in front, and a huge tackle. Had room to go, but a great stop. Like Lucas Shinemea, the outside linebacker who we have loved talking about. He actually blocked the punt for a touchdown a week ago. It's been held quiet tonight.
Yeah, Gabe Ridgway as well in on the stop. And as you can imagine, Oceanside in no hurry to get these plays off. They want to milk this clock, shorten this game as much as they can here during the fourth quarter, which, as we all know, is known as winning time.
Hey, obviously, on 3rd and 2, they take that shot downfield. Monavian misses them. 4th and 7, the trust that they have in this sophomore, unparalleled to maybe what we've seen. Like, how many 15-year-old quarterbacks are running an offense? Yeah. They run the exact same play. This time, Johnson stood up again. Lucas Shinemea saying, not so fast. Hey, our defense, bend, don't break.
But, you know, in a way, this kind of helps Oceanside because the clock, you're just running play after play after play. And, you know, obviously with the 40-second play clock here. So now you got 2 plays to obviously pick up 1 yard. So, yeah, they're in no hurry to score.
Yep.
Probably with that mindset of, hey, you know what? If we can't get 1 yard in these next 2 plays, something's wrong with us. And even if we don't, now Ashley Ridge has to go 99 yards.
How about the confidence of Terrence Johnson right here? He's hitting him with a Steph Curry. He goes, stay off the field. Let's run it back. And Coach Patterson going, all right, let's mix it up a little bit. But don't you love the confidence that a big number 4 is? Game clock is actually going to tick down to 0, and Oceanside's going to have to burn a timeout. Poor execution is maybe burning the clock. Hurt them as they tried to milk it maybe a little too long.
Yeah, that late substitution kind of threw everybody off, and, yeah, able to get that timeout with 1 second left on the play clock as John Patterson not pleased with having to burn that timeout.
Upset with the execution, and he was talking to me about the call that he received 2 weeks ago. This is no, I guess, hidden matter to these Oceanside fans and family as they've endured quite a bit in the last 3 weeks. Played some of the best teams in the country, and they lose the head coach that wins them their first program state championship. He says, I get the call, I'm doing legs at the local Crunch Fitness, saying, John, we need you to come in. I got to finish legs. John, we need you to come in. You're about to be the new head coach. Let me finish legs first. Mr. Universe with 4.7% body fat, by the way. 63 years old. He really could go longest yard, throw on a helmet, and give you a goal line stand. He's taken over this position. I told you 40-plus years of experience, and it's just been a seamless transition for these young men.
And you probably couldn't ask for a better person to fill in that situation with his expertise.
They go to the same formation. He waved him off. He gets his wish. Terrence Johnson bounces it to the outside. Bumps for days. This offense has put up 41 with still 7:36 to go in the fourth quarter. Watch out. Between 4 and 10 is a dangerous duo.
And don't forget about 34 as well. He's been no slouch tonight in James O'Connor, but a nice touchdown run, his ability to bounce it outside and really go into the end zone untouched.
Johnson's second touchdown feels like the proverbial nail in the coffin of Ashley Ridge. Relentless and fighting back in the second quarter, cutting it to 2 touchdowns. It felt a lot tighter as we started, but as the PAT is struck through, Nate Sturm pushes us to a 21-point lead. And stage of the game, that kind of feels like it should be and will be tonight's Crew Chevrolet drive of the game.
Yeah, big job, a good job, I should say, by Oceanside. A big drive for them. That lead had shrunk to 2 touchdowns. All the momentum on the side of Ashley Ridge, able to force a couple of 4th downs, but give credit where credit is due. This offense for Oceanside stared adversity in the face, did not back down, made the plays, executed, and that's why it's our Cruise Chevrolet drive of the night, as you see that big 4th down throw down inside the 5.
You get a stop there. They milk another 4 minutes off of the clock. AR, that ball flies out of bounds. You're looking at down 2 scores on the opponent, 25, with about 11 to go. You get a touchdown. It's a completely different ball game. But the throw of the game on the drive of the game brought to you by Cruise Chevrolet from Monavian, to who I want to shout out. Wearing number 7 tonight is Titus Gilliam, in honor of a guy, Will Virgilio, who's committed to Colgate. He's been by far their best offensive weapon. They expect to get him back in a few weeks' time for region play. But losing Virgilio in a huge matchup against what we have a team that poses a real threat in the low country.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
In the lower state level. Just tonight doesn't eradicate the fact that Coach Tate's going to have this team ready for conference play against the likes of Fort Dorchester and Somerville. And Monavian finds Gilliam in a huge moment to maybe put AR away.
And Virgilio, like you mentioned, a huge big touchdown catch last week in the loss. He is their go-to guy. So you're right. They'll this Ashley Ridge, this schedule does not get any easier for them, as they'll host Carolina Forest next week and then Fort Dorchester, then go Tucson and Somerville.
How about this hit? Bam DeWeese has taken a couple big shots. Michael Strickler again laying the boom.
Man, that's what we call a very effective tackle by Mr. Strickler as he comes up, puts that face mask right into that chest, and comes up with the big tackle.
6'1", 195. By the way, in that stellar sophomore class. And there's Strickler yet again meeting Acosta. Acosta still churning those feet, will fall forward for about a gain of 9.
And, of course, we'll have that Ashley Ridge game at Somerville later this season, our Friday Night Rivals package. So really looking forward to seeing their maturation and how they improve between now and when they host the Green Wave on October 18th.
We were really excited for tonight. 2 powerhouses at their respected classifications, some of the best that we have in the low country to offer. Is Acosta, another gritty run. Good enough for a purpose-driven athletics first down. I'm telling you right now, 15 years, Friday Night Rivals, ABC News 4 have been rocking and rolling with Sinclair. That Ashley Ridge and Somerville game, that's a rivalry, mutual respect, sure. 2 schools that do not like each other. That might be one of the better games we've had in 15 years, as this ball is going to be picked off. Jack Waddy. Effectively, a punt on 2nd down in Waddy has essentially ended the game for the Land Sharks. Their fans know it, the sidelines know it, and the 6'3", 205 pounds has ended it, as that Oceanside sideline can take a final deep breath and know they put it back in the hands of number 10, Aiden Monavian, who's flexing on everybody tonight.
Yeah, that was a nice, like you said, almost essentially a punt, but going for it all, Oceanside was not fooled, and that's why they'll take over. And Jack, I actually kind of got some bad news.
What you got for me?
I was thinking something really wasn't resonating with the Friday Night Rival schedule.
Hit me.
We will see Ashley Ridge again, but we'll see them on October the 4th when they host Fort Dorchester. We will not have that Somerville Ashley Ridge game.
I told you, we said math was hard. I guess I can't read either.
But I was with you. I'm like, yeah. Then I'm like, I think October 18th. I don't think we're there.
You know how nice you are, and this team chemistry up here is so special. Folks at home, you couldn't even see, but he didn't give me a nasty look. He just said, hey, you know what? I think you're wrong. I was. But, hey, you know what we just did there? We just showcased all the coaches in the low country. Hey, we're week by week. I'm just locked in on the next one. I'm not looking too far ahead. I'll give you all the coach speak you want to hear. Is we're just locked in on tonight, baby.
And even speaking of our next one, next week it'll be the Holy War.
Holy War.
We'll be at Bishop England as the Bishops host Porter-Gaud next week.
If you're listening along at 11:05 tonight with Scott Eisberg, he's got all the craziness that went on with Bishop England and Philip Simmons tonight. Another storyline that I'm sure we'll mention all of next week. And between Oceanside and their coach departing after week 1, what's going on down the road. To say that it has been an eventful fall for all high school football in the low country would be an understatement, as there is a Land Shark slow to his feet.
And I can tell you what, if we can get Dave Williams, the chief meteorologist of ABC News 4, and all of his outstanding meteorologists as well, if we could order up this weather that we had tonight for the rest of the week, I'm in.
I'm telling you, they write country songs about nights like tonight.
I mean,
wasn't it Kenny Friday night under the lights, sunny and 75, a nice breeze?
I mean, when we say nice breeze, like obviously you can get a shot of the American flag, and we're high above the lower level here on the home side. It is just, I mean, it's just gorgeous.
We see the Ravenel Bridge twinkling in the city skyline as Johnson Haygood here on the peninsula.
You know, and as I look across the way, the visitor side, but Ashley Ridge, obviously well attended tonight. But yeah, you're right. It's just a very picturesque view of the Arthur Ravenel Bridge.
Well, as we await for this land shark to get back to his feet, got to show some love to Ashley Ridge. It was this play, tonight's Company's play of the game. Excuse me, the Climate Maker's coolest play of the game.
No pun intended.
I've never seen this formation on a fake punt, but fire me up. I hope I see it every week.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time as the center, I believe, caught the initial pass from the fake punt. So good job there by Ashley Ridge. That's our coolest play of the game.
Tonight's Climate Makers coolest play of the game. Your comfort is our business. It was the toss from Caleb Sharrow to Lucas Shinamea to pick up that first down, and that touchdown cut it back to 2 scores. It's a huge moment of the game. Obviously, Oceanside able to keep Ashley Ridge on their heels and continue the offensive prowess that has been Aiden Manavian and a flurry of receivers. What's been so impressive without his number 1 target, Will Virgilia, who I mentioned has offers from both service schools, Army and Navy, choosing to go to school. His parents actually are from Colgate to continue his collegiate career. He's thrown the ball all over the ballpark, as we've seen now Peyton Shaw, Gavin Gaspar, whether it be Titus Gilliam. This time it's Gaspar picking up the first down. Like, he hasn't been predictable.
You know, Jack, they say in sports you have to be ready, and if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You never know when your number's going to be called. You're literally one turned ankle or one arm injury away from being called on to perform, and that's exactly what's happened here tonight, and you really have to give credit to Peyton Shaw. He got his opportunity, 2 touchdowns tonight. All of the wide receivers have stepped up big time to replace the leader, Will Virgilio. So good job by the reserves of Oceanside.
The weapons have been just so timeless. James O'Connor, a little halfback draw, take it for about 3 yards, and Ashley Ridge is signaling that they're going to come up with a football. That they are. 4:44 to go. 44 comes up with the football. Come on. They were just picking on me. As for the second time tonight, Dylan Polanski is going to force his second forced fumble. He's going to pick it up. And now Ashley, a little bit of life.
Yeah, that 4:40 left, so they're going to have to score quick, early, and often here. But you love the fact that there's still fighting them. They're not worried about the score. They're treating this as, hey, let's treat this as if we're down by 6. Situational football. It may not come into play tonight, but there may be a game further down the line on their schedule that they will be forced to be in a situation where they're going to have to go on a drive to win the game.
Yeah, I'd love your, insight on this. The landscape of college football as a whole. Dylan Polanski is a young man, in my opinion. There's no reason this kid shouldn't have Division I and Power 5 offers. 6'1", 205, plays all over the defense, runs a 4.4. As you can see, he's going to kick it to Weeze on the outside for a bubble screen. There's no reason that this kid shouldn't have a place to go play next year. Yet, with the portal and the log jam at the next level, he finds himself kind of unwanted. Like, what would your advice be to this young man who's waiting an opportunity to play at the next level?
Well, for that situation, you're right. And now with the transfer portal, it's becoming harder and harder for high school athletes to get recruited at that Division I level, because if you're a Power 5 school or mid-major, you simply go in the portal and kind of fill that roster out. There are still some schools that still believe in, well, there's one particular school in the state that definitely believes in working the portal. So, yeah, just keep playing hard.
Yeah.
Or I should say not working the portal. Keep playing hard. Get your stuff on film. Somebody's going to take a gamble. There's a situation where somebody's going to transfer and a spot will come open. Or we've seen how many times the Hunter Renfros of the world, you go as a walk-on, you earn your scholarship, and then lately you just end up in the NFL. So, yeah, there's definitely that opportunity, but it is definitely a lot more difficult now for a true high school player.
It's a 12-yard pitch and catch to Jagger Spivey, and then a Jaden Acosta run for another purpose-driven athletics first down. Just throw Sale out of bounds, stop the clock at around 3:41. It's such an interesting and fickle. We talked to John Patterson about it. His son, Bo, who went and played at Dartmouth, was a standout at James Allen while Coach John was at JI. And it's just such a different beast now. Where, like, you used to have time to develop young high school players. Now these college coaches are pressing. And, man, I just want to remind these young student athletes, like, their time is coming. Just throw Sales out of bounds, missing Paku on the outside. Like this dude is a stud and deserves to be able to play at the next level. And we're just in this weird time and place where the offers are slow to come.
Well, and let's not forget how many times have we seen kids go to like a mid-major or lower Division I or even a D2 blow up.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now, well, those Division I schools, when they're working the portal, they grab you there. So it's not necessarily where you start, but it's where you finish. And if you put in the work and you put in the time, it may not come instantly or when you want it to, but just keep hanging in there, and that opportunity will come eventually for sure.
You know, the penalty on the field is...
There was an offsides against Oceanside, so that'll make it third down coming up for the Swamp Foxes.
We check a look at that backfield too. Jaden Acosta's another guy. Talked with Coach Tate before the game, seeing him up close and personal. You're like, dude, it's what? Like 5'10", 185, and he's like, yeah, he carries it all in the lower half. Isn't that a coach's dream? And I was like, squatting over 450 at the running back position. Like that guy's going to find a home. And John Patterson, who's been around it for he coached professionally for the Arena Football League in town, is they kick it on a little halfback screen to the outside, swing pass to Acosta, scamper out of bounds, stop the clock at 30. These coaches have been there, done that. You mentioned Coach Tate, while at Red, Coach Kelly Bryant, played on ESPN multiple times because Kelly Bryant, the 5-star, it's just changed so much when it comes to recruiting ranks for these high school youngsters.
And you have to work those camps. If you're a freshman, a sophomore, junior, go to these camps, the school that you want to maybe play at, ball out there, and sometimes they'll keep an eye on you from that point as well.
Young sophomore Jagger Spivey has been Kalish's favorite receiver tonight between he and Bam DeWeese. This fourth down conversion that goes for about 7 will extend the drive. This is really exciting, though, if you're a head coach, as you see another purpose-driven athletics first down. No fold, right? No lawn chair, no folding for this team.
No, and you're ending on a good note. You want to show this in film study. This is what we can do when we lock in and execute.
Rolling on the outside. How about that? Does he keep 2 feet in? Bam DeWeese. What a play. You said Travis Hunter. He's played close to 80 snaps tonight, it feels. It's not just a college catch. It's good on Sundays, too. Tiptoes 2 feet in.
And look how he comes back to the basketball. Comes back to the ball to help his quarterback out here. As you see the scramble, keep the play alive. And he comes back and able to, like you mentioned, keep both toes in. What a catch by DeWeese.
It's great coverage by Barry Alvarez. First we've seen the senior corner for Oceanside. Little pump fake, little screen. Acosta tackled, but good for a first down. Another big hit, man. These linebackers have been so impressive as Max Moore tallies another tackle.
And in those situations, you just can't allow yourself to get blocked. You saw 79 and 76 out there leading the charge. So a good job by the linebackers of Oceanside not allowing themselves to be blocked so that they can make the play.
Ball spotted. Clock will start at 2:55. Acosta breaks a tackle. He breaks another. Kicks it to the outside. Sneaks into the pylon. And Jaden Acosta. Never say to scores another Trident Technical College touchdown. Just big number 2.
Just keep playing, keep playing. Nothing fancy. Good blocking here by the off, running through tackles. Never let one man bring you down. Ran through another tackle on his way to the end zone. Another solid night tonight for Acosta.
Another unorthodox formation. They pitch it to the outside. Acosta tackling 4 dudes. Break them all. We've seen odd formations all night from both squads. For the first time, we see them actually go for 2. Acosta breaks, rumbles, stumbles, falls in. cuts the lead to 13. Oceanside still up 42-29 with 2:49 to go.
And they caught somebody sleeping there, and as a result, took advantage of it. And now all of a sudden down by 13.
These are the people of South Carolina. These are our neighbors. And when one of our neighbors needs help, we want to be there for them. A lot of people don't know what to do after a car wreck. That's what we're here for. Call us. We're those thumbs up guys.
Most of the services we offer is really around home repairs and maintenance needs, whether it be structural repairs in the crawl space, hanging pictures, and sheetrock repairs to electrical, carpentry, and plumbing. For really any home repair needs, give us a call. Really, the value we bring is doing the things that either A, they don't want to do, or the things that they don't have time to do or don't know how to do.
If your home needs repairs, call Rapid Repairs, 573-HELP.
I've been working with Jason Noble for 6 years, and he's helped me and my wife Christine establish a generational wealth plan, not only for ourselves, but for our entire family.
Call today to get a clearer picture of your financial future.
As we welcome you back into Johnson-Haygood, a 42-29 lead for the Oceanside Land Sharks. And as we show you, the Will Lou Gray never stopped learning, stop of the game, 28 unanswered after this pick six from Nate Sturm.
Yeah, taking it to the house, much needed stop, jumped the route. Sturm able to have a pick six. Boy, was that huge. That literally turned the game around and got Oceanside on their way to, like you mentioned, that 28-0 run there. So good job. The Will Lou Gray stop.
It reignited this home sideline. Ashley Ridge absolutely getting everything that they wanted offensively. They drive down, they find their man, and then pick six. They score 28 left over. You get a really nice effort on a Pat McAfee-esque onside kick. If this isn't who I think it is, Terrence Johnson at the end of this play takes a massive shot.
Yes.
And are we surprised to see him pop back up?
Because it looked like they were just going to kick it deep and maybe use their timeouts, even with a two-possession game. And you're right, he just kicked the top of the football, onside kick, and Johnson, yeah, he got walloped, but he held on to the football.
I don't know how he did. It just ran completely through him. I mentioned Pat McAfee, obviously with the onside kick at the NFL level being kind of eliminated from the game. McAfee, who made famous that kind of deceptive, everyone's back, kind of nub it, and then he kind of receives it himself. Ashley Ridge, without the sure, steady hands of Terrence Johnson, we're looking to do just the same.
I believe Ashley Ridge still with 3 timeouts.
Obviously, Oceanside will kick it to the ground. O'Connor stopped after about 2 yards, and Tate will use a timeout.
And we all know Ashley Ridge, if you're Oceanside, Ashley Ridge, they're trying to tackle the football, not necessarily tackle you, trying to punch it out, force a turnover. So all those running backs, when you go through that hole, you got to cover it up with 2 hands, be strong with the football, and not allow them to knock it away.
We talked about Dylan Polanski. Lucas Shinamea has just been as equally as fun to watch at that linebacker spot, but maybe it's the big fella, the Hulk. We've only said his name a few times in that first half. They did a good job isolating the big 6'2", 275-pounder in Malachi Mitchell. Maybe it's him with a swim move blowing up a play in the backfield.
Right now, anything is on the table. You have nothing to lose. You can almost sell out, run blitz here, and just whatever happens again, you need to get the ball back with only 2:37 left to play in the contest.
We take a beautiful look at Johnson-Haygood tonight. I want to remind you that tonight's trophy presentation is brought to you by All-American Awards, helping Charleston recognize excellence since 1993. It was just close to 9 months ago when Oceanside was hoisting that state championship trophy at the 2A level. And with Abe Manavian at the quarterback spot, there's nothing telling me that the 3A is going to pose more of a problem.
This definitely is a message sent out to the 3A level. Ashley Ridge, one of the better 5A teams in all of football, or I should say in the state. And for what they've been doing offensively to hold them to just, I say 29 points, that's pretty good. That's a good job considering they've been averaging 49 points over the past couple of weeks.
There's Polanski again. Not only is the kid a freak athlete, such an instinctual play as he snuffs out that little bubble screen. As you can see, wrapped up was Tyler Garner, slow to his feet as Polanski wraps him up and looks like just kind of folds him on that bottom half.
A tough break there, but able to at least limp off with little assistance. Hopefully he'll be okay. And, you know, it's also important, Jack, because this will be the, well, technically, this will be the first loss for Ashley Ridge. I don't know if people heard or not, but earlier today, they actually won the Berkeley game by forfeit because the Berkeley Stags apparently used, not on purpose, an ineligible player. And as a result, Ashley Ridge got the win. So technically they're 3-0 coming into this game tonight.
Yeah, you saw Tyler Garner slowed his feet. Looks like another cramp. Hopefully he'll be able to get back to his feet. But I think we mentioned it briefly, but again, more craziness in high school football ranks here in the Low Countries. You're right. Henry Rivers, who is another really bright superstar at the quarterback position. Berkeley beats Ashley Ridge in week 1, but I guess they used 2 ineligible players. Not sure if there were classroom misconduct or how maybe they were used on the JV side, which we have seen before at this level. I believe they played a small fine and they had to forfeit the game. So, again, not really huge from seeding purposes, but they are on record as beating Berkeley in a 2-0 game because that is the minimum that they go back and issue that forfeiture. 3rd and 7. Can Ashley Ridge get the ball back? Johnson extending, fighting through, but it looks like he'll be just short 2 yards. Something important to note as well, was that an injury timeout for Oceanside with Garner limping back to the sideline? Or was Ashley Ridge forced to use a timeout before?
See, I'm not sure because there's not updated on the scoreboard. So it looks like they're not taking a timeout here. They're going to let this clock continue. 4th down. And it looks like the Land Sharks are going to keep their offense at least.
I've learned it took me about 3 3/4 to realize that they might pull him off of the field. But at this age, hey, you might as well go ahead and put him to bed.
Or in a situation, you take the delay a game and maybe take a timeout.
Punt it deep.
And
10,
then, right.
Yeah.
And get your...
Can Monavian maybe draw an offsides to end the game? Yep, John Patterson's going to call a timeout as it looked like they were going to try to get their sophomore. And just barely. He almost gets Polanski at the top of the screen to jump off sides. Again, he handles himself like Rogers at the line of scrimmage, like barking out orders. And so impressive has this young sophomore been.
Very impressed.
Oh.
Very, very. And as we mentioned, Jack, coming up next week, we'll be over on Daniel Island for the Holy War. And, man, looking forward. These next 3 games going to be solid. Myrtle Beach, always a perennial power in the state. Of course, we saw Cane Bay last week. And so hopefully they'll right the ship by then. And then, of course, as you mentioned, Fort Dorchester and Ashley Ridge.
Yeah, I mentioned that too, didn't you? Yeah, I knew that, October 4th. I knew we were heading up to Ashley Ridge, home of the Swamp Foxes.
It was one of the rival games that we were going to have.
Still equally as usual rival, and I'll double down, 10 toes down, say 15 years of Friday Night Rivals. That'll be just as important as well as, and this region, in my opinion, one of the best in the state. And when you look at Oceanside and talk about best in the state, as they get ready and gear up for what has been the gauntlet of their first 5, hey, take on a 5A foe. Nice, big-time matchup tonight. Next week gets a lot easier, right?
I've heard those 2 teams don't necessarily like each other, so I'm sure that one will be an outstanding ball game as well.
Oceanside plays Dutch Fork next week. The 11-time state champions. A true dynasty in the state of South Carolina. Just north of Columbia, Dutch Fork has become the standard of high school football as Sturm will fire away, again, rugby style, great roll. They'll tumble out of bounds at around the 12.
In that situation, you want to be in max protection, and if you're the kicker, your one job is just don't get it blocked. Get it off, and that's exactly what it did.
Minute 31 to go. You see interim coach John Patterson. We mentioned the craziness that this year has been. Kudos to him, man. He said, hey, not only do we lose our head coach, but we're down a man on this staff. This is an all-hands-on-deck crew. To lose a guy, even in that film room, and that young man, on the right side of your screen, got to give him a lot of credit to Coach LaPrade tonight. Defensively, disguising looks, changing formation. He gave a really potent Ashley Ridge offense all they can handle tonight. Kudos to Coach LaPrade.
Yeah, I mean, you look up and you see Ashley Ridge has 29 points, but the manner that they got it, it was very tough for them. A good job by Brent LaPrade.
There's another screen. He finds Jagger on the outside. This ball stripped. Was he able to recover? Ball game. The fourth turnover, this time caused by Travis Anderson of Oceanside, should end it.
So they're still fighting for it. Did you see this thing? Oh, yeah, they said Oceanside football. Because what a tale a difference a week's make. Last week, with 5 turnovers in the loss. Tonight, they forced 4 turnovers.
See, that's Will Virgilio, the first to congratulate the senior D lineman, Travis Anderson. All high fives around as, yeah, go ahead, throw up the fat head. You've deserved it, young man. You've delivered the final blow in what was a really exciting ball game all night here at Johnson-Hagan.
We were excited. We expected it to be an offensive shootout, and it really did not disappoint. Just a game of runs, a lot of momentum shifts, but give credit to Oceanside. In the end, they didn't panic after that opening drive, and then when it seemed in the second half that Ashley Ridge was starting to gain their momentum, Oceanside able to, well, just come back with the big score, and that's why they'll prevail with the victory tonight.
Victory formation as you see Monavian taking a few back. Game clock, about a minute 10.
Did you see that game last night in college where it was 4th down and they took a knee?
The Arizona State game.
Yes, and they thought the game was over and there's 1 second left on the clock.
Their head coach,
he lost it.
Oh, he was not a happy camper.
And if they had connected on that, you talk about, oh, man, that was bad.
About as much confusion in that one last night as we kind of had at the end of the first quarter, start of the second quarter, where, I don't think anyone really knew what was going on. But kind of the way that it all played out, you think about it, Peyton Shaw takes a little touch pass into the end zone. I'm not sure who our player of the game is going to be tonight. We leave that up to people a lot smarter than us. Monavian has been that dude.
Yeah.
But the weapons, that receiving core that kind of stood up with Virgilio down. Peyton Shaw was electrifying tonight, Titus. Gilliam made a couple of plays. Gavin Gaspar, our scholar athlete. Yeah. That group was so special.
Yeah, but they didn't throw the ball to themselves. Monavian made the throws. He made the runs. He extended the plays. He definitely guided this team. So, for me, my player of the game is going to be the quarterback, Aiden Monavian.
3 touchdowns in the air. We saw 2 on the ground from Terrence Johnson. We'll go ahead and show you. We'll take away the surprise. Tonight's company's player of the game. Was there ever a doubt? Seriously, join a team with leadership, integrity, loyalty, and excellence. That's tonight's company's. That's that dude. Yeah, do your little dancey dance, Aiden Monavian. We see you, Big 1-0.
Sophomore stud, running it, throwing it, leadership, composed, never allowed himself to be hurried. Just definitely in control of the entire night, the sophomore. Woo! Scary part, we still got 2.5 years of this guy here in the Low Country.
He wins a state championship as a freshman with a whole lot of football in front of him. Composes the understate. Dime, drops it right in the bucket. That was the difference maker.
Yeah, absolutely. And a big situation. No situation was too big for him, and for him to be able to come up with that throw and so many big plays tonight. Just a special young man. This is my first time seeing him. Very impressed. Looking forward to seeing what he does the rest of this season and the next 2 years.
Jeff Dayton, Ashley Ridge, final thoughts. Obviously, this is a 5A team, big physical. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Again, a very challenging schedule ahead of them, but they have playmakers. They've shown tonight at different times their ability to really excel on the offensive end. Defensively, not their best performance. They'll definitely have to clean up if they want to be able to go to the playoffs and make some noise this year.
With the leadership and stardom of Dylan Polanski, that group will get right. But when we come back, it'll be tonight's trophy presentation brought to you by All-American Awards. We're going to throw those flowers to that Oceanside Silent. Boy, do they deserve it. Final here from Johnson-Hagan, 42-29. Don't go anywhere. Trophy presentation right after this.
Climate Makers, we're more than experts in heating and cooling. We're family. For over 20 years, we've kept homes comfortable. Trust us with your family's comfort.
The truth is in the stars, and with Climate Makers, your comfort is our business.
What's next?
Code 55, ceiling fan.
Fantastic.
With a broken ceiling fan, I've had to improvise.
We can just fix your fan.
Yeah, that might work better.
All set.
Thanks. Oh, look, honey.
for outdoor use only.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
I am glad I'm here because it's really helping me.
I have a lot of things I want to do.
I like being in charge of others.
My confidence how really build up since I've been here.
This place has showed me, like, it's not good to run from your education.
It's a really great place. You got people here that are willing to help you.
It's something that's going to get you through every day. It's just something you have to have. And they're making it possible for me because if I wasn't here, I would not be in high school.
When your project demands the best, turn to Sunbelt Rentals. 10 branches conveniently located in Charleston, Sunbelt Rentals helps you get things done with an expanded mix of tools and equipment. With over 14,000 pieces of equipment, expert advice, and reliable service, we help pros and DIYers tackle any job, big or small. Rent from Sunbelt Rentals, a company proud to be involved in the community and schools. Sunbelt Rentals, making it happen for our customers. Visit us today.
Climate Makers, we're more than experts in heating and cooling. We're family. For over 20 years, we've kept homes comfortable. Trust us with your family's comfort.
The truth is in the stars, and with Climate Makers, your comfort is our business.
The lights were bright, the stars were brighter on tonight's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Crew Chevrolet. We check in with you for the final time. We appreciate you sticking around with us. It's Oceanside, the home squad, 28 unanswered in the first quarter, a 42-29 win. As we take a look at our final Southeastern Spine Institute stats update. Anything surprise you? Because those passing numbers sure do.
Yeah, I mean, 300 yards for Ashley Ridge, 222 for Oceanside. Total yards, 368. And I don't know, Jack. This one, they look a little different here, but in the end, the most important stat, Oceanside 42, Ashley Ridge 29.
You can see those turnovers. Obviously, we've got them a little bit backwards for you at home, as it should be 4-2, and then Monavian to go that big. Especially for the first drive, we thought the rushing was going to be the X factor in this game. But as we kick it down for tonight's All-American Trophy presentation, introduce you formally to tonight's company's player of the game, it was clearly the dude delivering the rock all over the gridiron. Trooper Bob with Coach Patterson and Abe Monavian in tonight's All-American Awards.
Right here. Yeah,
take it away, boys.
Definitely want to recognize the player of the game, number 10, a quarterback, Aiden here. Any message for your family and friends watching from home? Big support tonight here also.
Yeah, I just want to say great team win, great way to come back off a loss and battle back. Yeah, that's it.
All right, great job leading your team. Coach, 42 points. That's pretty impressive against a great Ashley Ridge team. Did the game go as expected tonight?
Well, we expected to win, I'll say that, but offense only scored 35 of those points. Defense got 7 to get us going. That was a big momentum swing. It was 100% a team win, offense, defense, and we knew special teams was going to be huge. We couldn't have done it without all 3 phases of the game actually contributing equally.
Wanted to check on your players also. We saw some cramping tonight in the game. Everyone's going to be ready for next week?
Yeah, I think we probably need to do a lot more conditioning so they don't cramp moving forward.
Coach,
I'm just kidding, boys.
Coach, great job tonight. Congratulations on the big win to you and your team. You guys, great job.
Yeah, those land sharks are getting pretty comfortable hoisting trophies. As you see Henry Warren raising that trophy, you're seeing the personality on full display as Mr. Muscles, Mr. Universe, John Patterson, a slight grin. They deserve a big smile. With the gauntlet they've been handed, man, kudos to this group.
As that team, I'm a little nervous. If my coach is saying conditioning, if we see the type of condition that he is, Coach, please just don't make us work out with you. But a big win tonight for Oceanside.
Man, you see big number 70 on the other side of the screen, man, the unsung hero, Mike Jones. I really just wanted to say it one more time, but both sides of the football. Had close to 7 guys playing 2 ways tonight. So impressive. Hey, your final thoughts on what we could see as a true premier threat at 3-11.
Yeah, it would not surprise me if this team is playing well into November and possibly December as well, trying trying to not necessarily defend their state championship because they've moved up a level, but win back-to-back. But, yeah, very impressive performance tonight by Oceanside. Ashley Ridge, not a bad football team. Didn't play their best, but definitely had some bright moments. We'll see them again. Just excited for the future for both of these teams.
Being able to force the turnover 4 for that Oceanside defense. The response after giving up early touchdown. The big 6 from Nate Sturm changed everything. 28 unanswered. And our sponsors got their money's worth tonight. Knight's Companies, Crew Chevrolet, Mr. Sparky, Lloyd Austin, Siegel and Ward, Delta Force Athletics, Climate Makers, Trident Technical College, Sunbelt Rentals, Purpose Driven Athletics, Will Lou Gray, All American Awards, Rapid Repairs, and those stats brought to you by Southeastern Spine Institute. We shout them out every night. We run through the list. It might sound trivial, but man, do they give us